sicker! Spaghetti Shinobi!
Ninjas from Sicily, they want to make you die. You better close your eyes, there comes a great surprise. They want to break all the bones in your legs, and then as you cry out, they'll ride your carcass like a sled, because they're dicks. But HolePunch has a plan. He's no ordinary man. He'll do the best he can to crush their evil scam. They'd love to drive a bus into your face, and then as you bleed out, they will watch and masturbate, because they're dicks.
If Evil was a podcast, the segments would be elephant-free and entertaining. The hosts would be much more attractive, and it would get a lot more views. But unfortunately, this is JohnRamboPresents the show. My name is John, and I am joined by the man who was nominated and instantly won the Oscar for Most Pulp-Filled Actor in a low-budget web series. It's a new category. OJ is here.
Pew! Hi, everybody.
OJ, you're here.
Yeah,
I'm here
I know,
too.
right?
We're both here. We're still
Here we
here.
are.
They haven't stopped us yet.
No.
They're out there. They're trying. They're trying. They're working on it, but they haven't figured it out yet.
They tried.
There are exactly 5 ways to stop us, but they don't know what those are yet. So we won't put that out there yet. Right?
Well, you had to give them a number.
There is an exact number. I revealed too much. So OJ, Schnoz-man, HolePunch, The Justice Lease, number 8 came out on Sunday.
Sure did.
It did. It did, in fact, do that. If you didn't know, it did. So today we're going to have a kind of the show kind of based around that. I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but what we like to do is go through the episode, painstakingly go through frame by frame, and talk about each thing we see.
You might as well rotoscope it while we're doing it.
Yes, yes. We do some masking as we go through frame by frame and all that. But we will be doing that today. We'll be talking about some other stuff related to it. But next we've got something cool going on.
Oh ho!
That I'm certainly excited about. And perhaps you might think is nice or
nice.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. But next week we have a returning guest to the show. We will have it's a great thing. It's a beautiful thing. The very funny and wonderful Miss Allison Packard will be back on the show.
And talented. Don't forget talented.
And talented as well. I'm sorry. You were right to scold me. I was wrong. She hasn't been on in quite some time. Episode 23 was the last time she was on the show.
Wow.
And it was it was maybe one of the best ever that we ever did. She's guaranteeing a song she will be playing next week.
Nice.
And it's a cool thing, man. I kind of we haven't talked to her in a long time, and she actually posted a comment on the show like 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then I sent her a message, and I was like, "Do you want to come back?" She's like, "Sure." So that's pretty much how it happened. Now everyone knows, everyone's up to speed, and that should be fun.
I agree with you on that.
And OJ, I expect you to be on your best behavior, dress nicely.
OJ used Lear. It's not very effective.
You don't say filthy language like snarfing flirge to her or anything like that, please. We don't need that. Okay?
Fascist.
All right, well, okay. You know what? Just do whatever you want. I can't control it. I can't control the OJ. You could hope to contain it for several seconds, but that's about all you can do. Let's go right into the art. We got a lot of stuff going on today.
Bam!
Let's go right in. Here we go. This is the art for the week. I almost said the week for the art. Imagine that.
Man.
This is from Mizuki.
What in Bob's name?
I don't know. You tell me. You describe it.
Very confusing. It's well done, but my face is very strange.
Are you attracted to it?
Well, I'm a very beautiful man.
But are you attracted to this, and is it confusing for you because you're attracted to your own face?
Well, at least I got
really
my
well
good
done.
side.
There's some masking done with that. Speaking of masking, there's some masking going on there.
Yeah, but
That's
at least
good
you got
stuff.
my good side.
There you go.
You can't see the mole.
Your good
on
side's
the
the side with the pulp all over it. Here's
Mm-hmm.
another OJ. OJ's like, you're like a famous guy.
I think I just look goofy of what the... Okay.
Why is that your famous dude? You're like a
I'm
famous
goofy.
dude.
I'm goofy.
People love you, man.
I don't know.
You were beloved. This is from Smart Guy. Smart Guy sent me another piece of art which I couldn't show. It was I think it would be very offensive, so I couldn't show it.
Oh, you're not going to send it to me even?
It's on Twitter if people want to see it.
I'll
But
hunt
I
it
am
down.
not responsible for that. That's him. I didn't show it on the show. But
I'm
this
sorry,
is the one.
Smart Guy.
Yeah, this is the one that I could show. And it's nice. I like it.
Oh, gosh.
Look at this, dude. This is Trevor Poorman, who used to make art for us a long time ago. And
Wow.
Throws us something really good. It's like Batman the Animated Series. Schnoz-man
that's
HolePunch the
amazing.
Animated Series, which will never be made. But but it's really cool, man. It's really great. It's probably going to be the thumbnail today.
You have an amazing chin.
That's how I look actually in real life.
An amazing chin.
This is from Travis. Travis, we screwed Travis last week. We forgot to show his art. That's my
Aw.
fault. I completely blew it. But we're trying to make up for it. Look at this.
It's so
How do you
cute.
even describe it? Is that like a 3D model or so?
Yeah, I don't know how...
rendering?
If that was made in Blender, I must have it.
It's an original piece of art, basically.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That's really cool. If
Yeah,
you
that's
did that
great,
in
man.
Blender, I really want it.
We thank you, sir. We thank you.
That is beautiful.
Oh, we already did that one. This is the new co-host of the show, Timmy, as we found out last week. Apparently he's some sort of a Muppet.
No, that's Wallace and Gromit, man. Isn't it?
No, it's not, is it?
Looks
no.
like Wallace and Gromit.
I don't know what that is. I have no idea. I'm sure someone will be an expert in the comments and they will correct us. But it's Timmy. That's all we need to know. That's Timmy.
Yeah,
As
because
my
it's
new-
not me anymore.
You're gone.
Oh, it's Shaun the Sheep. I'm sorry.
You're gone. Timmy's in. Timmy's in.
Quit.
This is from Lion King. Mr. Lion King Gamer sent me a bunch of stuff.
Whoa.
He's excellent at what he does. This is the missing head from the new segment last week. Which had, I don't even remember, Mario and Luigi, Charlie Brown, the Headless Horseman was there.
And the Zonky.
A Zonky bit a dude's face off.
Yeah.
Something with Mario had a zit on his back or something, I remember, right?
It went to a strange place.
Schnoz-man HolePunch, we pushed Epic to another level. It's got HolePunch's face on it, so I would be afraid that the side would just fall. Like, wasn't that like it says his HolePunch? Wouldn't that happen?
Well, it looks like there already are holes punched into that building, so he's already been there, so it should be okay.
That was also from Lion King. This is from Lion King. OJ killed a monkey about a month ago. This has been an infamous event on the show now. And the monkey's brought an elephant to attack you. You're in that car, and he's just ramming it.
I didn't kill a real monkey. It was in a dream, and there were 3 of them.
This is the first time we've had an elephant on this program that isn't completely indecent. He's still doing something wrong. There's never been just like an innocent elephant on this program.
Well, maybe there aren't any innocent elephants.
Apparently, we've learned so much about elephants from doing this. Like, I pretty much learned that they're filthy creatures. That's what we found out.
Not as bad as ducks.
Oh, don't start that again. We had this whole conversation about ducks. Maybe we'll talk about it later.
It's really ducked up.
We had this. Iron Wolf made this. This might be offensive to people. I don't know. If it is, it's not my fault. It's his. He made
That's
this.
Ganesha. That's Ganesh.
Yeah, it's offensive. It's an offensive image. But I wanted to show because Iron Wolf, he put a lot of work into this, and there you go. I like it.
Did I just hear a bubble?
A bubble? Like
Yeah.
what?
Boop.
Like what? What?
It sounded like something went. Boop.
Is it Skype?
No, did anybody else hear? Boop?
Did I
I
do
guess
it?
not.
I don't know.
Weird.
This is from Bushi. The Epic Mail has taken over even Antarctica. Even Antarctica. Think about that.
What's cool is if you look below the map, it looks like Antarctica is snowing.
Some of the countries I think are okay, like Japan. They're not affected by this, right?
New Zealand looks safe.
Some of them are okay. A lot of them got taken out.
Cuba's
Cuba's
clean.
fine. Cuba's fine.
Florida Keys.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see Greenland or ice.
Bushi was getting ready for the episode. This was hours before the episode came out, and he got all
Wow,
painted up.
that's amazing.
That's actually a better paint job than what I use. What is that? What is that?
We gotta find out what he's using.
Yeah. CezrdaPleazr is featured here. This is from Aurelio de Leon. Aurelio de Leon. And I was on Caesar's podcast last week. You can find that on his channel, CezrdaPleazr, just like it's written there. Did about an hour and 15 minutes talking to him about all kinds of things. If you'd like to check it out. It's from Anthony. Amazing Anthony.
He's a pretty cool
Gamer
guy.
Talk Live. You guys know about that.
Oh,
Gamer
man.
Talk Live. He made these for WWE14. And he made a bunch of them, actually. This is just, he made the StayBallsy logo. I don't know even how you do this, but it's like perfect. And then he made Schnoz-man. He also made HolePunch and made all kinds of. Did you see the HolePunch one he did? The entrance?
I gotta watch the
You gotta watch the entrances.
I only got my
trips.
internet back on Monday.
Dude, the entrance is he trips and he rolls down the entire ramp.
Yeah, I could do that.
And it's pretty great, man. It was pretty great, so.
That's pretty much me in a nutshell. Oh, man, we're back.
We're back, yes. Yeah. Yeah. So, John.
Yes.
We're talking about this stuff that we made, this episode that we made this week.
Mm-hmm.
We put this out, blah, blah, blah. Big deal. Whoop. Big whoop. Right? Big whoop. Whatever. It's not the first thing we've ever done. We've done all kinds of things. We've been friends a long time. As I always say, almost too long. Probably another week is probably what we should do. That's what I think. It's just too long. But
nice.
Back when we were in like high school.
Yes.
We would often talk about doing things like that we're doing today.
And then instead we'd just play video games.
So well, it was a different time. We have excuses because back then you couldn't really just do all this stuff that you can do today.
No, well, first of all, I know I had no money, and cameras were even more expensive. You couldn't just throw stuff on YouTube as easily. It was crazy.
You couldn't do the editing as easily. You had to do actual film and carry tapes of reels with you wherever you went, and it was pretty much impossible. But I think had all this stuff existed, we probably would have been doing a podcast. We probably would have been doing a lot of these things. Yeah,
it would have been I just wonder where we would be if we had started doing stuff back then.
Probably dead.
I'd say insane asylum.
Probably dead. But completely lost my train of thought here. But back then we would often fantasize about many things.
Oh, yeah.
One of them was actually doing these things that we're doing today. So you could say perhaps we're living a dream in some ways. What we really set out to do. But it didn't stop us back then from planning things. And OJ's moving, as we've talked about. Yeah. And in his efforts to clean his home, which I give him a lot of, wish him luck. I'm not going to help you with that. He needs like a radioactive suit, a blowtorch, some sort of maybe Wolverine claws to get through some of the debris he has there.
And that's just for the living room.
Yeah, exactly. The bathroom's a whole other thing.
Don't get me started.
But OJ found a script, apparently, that we had worked on, probably for, I don't know how long we did this for, back in probably 1999 or something. I don't know who the hell even knows.
It would have been somewhere between 99 and 2002, probably.
Okay, so somewhere in that pocket. The Ruthless Aggression era is when we were working on this. And OJ found this. Where did you find it?
I was cleaning out a big thing of papers. And I went through and I saw...
You kept this all this time. I probably would have thrown it out.
No, this was with very important papers. This is with recipes from my grandparents and some other stuff.
So OJ's found this. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it? I totally forgot. It's interesting how you totally forget about things.
Oh, yeah.
But then when someone will like say something or bring something up, it all kind of comes back. It's very weird. How much is lost inside your head that you will never remember again?
Oh my gosh, you have no idea.
That's scary.
Very scary.
So OJ has this. Why don't you kind of tell us a little about what you have here?
So John, myself, and our friend Kevin would come to my house and play video games in the basement for very long periods of time. Like crazy. We just would start and not stop. My mom would shout, it's like the pagans versus the Christians downstairs, blah,
because
blah,
you would scream. There'd be a lot of screaming.
Yeah. Cursing.
It
was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But we thought, we're really having a lot of fun down here, playing video games, just talking about stupid stuff, and saying crazy garbage. Stuff that we thought the world might need to know about. So we decided that we would make a show about the crazy stuff we're doing. And back in this era, like, we were thinking we'd put it on, like, public access television or something.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, like,
I had plans for this. This was gonna be it, the thing.
Yeah, in elementary school or middle school, I forgot which. I had worked on. We had a little news show that we actually broadcast like once or twice. You
did a lot of things. You did that. You did in college. Didn't you do the college radio?
Yeah, I did FM radio in college.
You did a lot of different
like a semester and a half.
So anyway, let's stop prolonging this more than it needs to be. What do we have? What did we put together when we were about 17-ish or something like that?
Yeah. I'm gonna read to you guys the trailer.
There's a trailer. Yeah,
I had written what the trailer would be to advertise for this show.
And what's interesting is I remember nothing about this. So so when OJ reads this, it's almost like the first time hearing it along with everyone else. So
okay.
And OJ, now, you're probably the one that wrote this, I assume.
Probably. Some of it is stuff we've actually talked about. But this I think I wrote, which is why it's ridiculous and maybe not great. Okay, so it's in a deep booming voice, so sorry in advance.
Yeah.
A new breed of heretics has arisen. They worship many idols, but 3 are worshipped more than the others. One is compact, the newest incarnation of an old and wise spirit. Its head priest is garbed in red and holds many in his thrall. Another is worshipped by the most followers. It is black, utilitarian. It does what it must and does it well. It and its worshippers are well served. The youngest of the 3 is the most powerful, and yet it holds the fewest in its sway. It is bulky, and uses its sheer might and nothing else to gain power. Those that do follow it, however, do so with divine fervor. All 3 compete for disciples, and contend for their support. These 3 powerhouses have claimed many lives, and destroyed other challengers. One group of 3 has devoted their lives to serving these powerful beings and the worlds they have created. This is their story.
It sounds like a really bad reality show. And it's like the end would be like, no, they must compete to find the ultimate. But like, that's describing the three characters?
No. That's describing.
What is this about?
That's describing. Okay, let's take a step back.
What is it about? I don't even understand.
One is compact, the newest incarnation of an old and wise spirit. Its head priest is garbed in red and holds many in its thrall. Well, I don't have the red one here, but here's a hint, folks. Remember the time. When did this come out, John?
The game?
Head priest garbed in red. It's compact and is the newest incarnation of an old and wise spirit. It's the GameCube. I'm talking about the GameCube.
How would anyone know that?
Because there'd be visuals that would.
As crazy as OJ is now, people don't realize this. As crazy as OJ is now, he was a lot crazier back then. Because back then there was no the world hadn't gotten to him yet and told him no, don't act this way. He wasn't beaten down by society yet. He was the raw OJ. So he was a little crazier even than now. But what was the other thing? I don't even understand this.
The next one was the PlayStation 2. It's black and utilitarian. Look at a PS2. It is just a black rectangle. And it's got the most people. It was the most popular of the 3 consoles.
And then
the Xbox is the youngest because it's the first one.
Yeah.
And it's effing huge. It's bulky and it's a more powerful system, and that's all it's got.
So it was basically about a show about people playing these consoles. That was the show.
About us basically devoting our lives to serving these consoles.
Genius. Okay. So okay. It kind of makes sense now in some ways. What's the name of this program?
The Basement.
It
says tentative title, most certainly not the final one. The Basement.
Most certainly not. Just in case anyone had the wrong idea.
Yeah.
That's definitely not the final one.
Yeah, and unlike
What else is in there?
Well, there's some hints for camera placement where we'd put it, and then there's suggestions for lighting, which we probably could have used for episode 1.
Used it later on. We lost the paper, and then we got screwed.
Yeah. Okay, there's some really bad stuff in here. Some of the stuff is really out there.
All right, just read it quickly.
We had ideas for some dialogue between the characters and some topics.
Yeah.
We actually had this discussion, or talked about it. RoboCop versus the Hulk versus the Terminator versus Gargamel, and here's where things kind of get offensive and bad.
Yeah.
Versus the Afghanistan Navy.
Well, that was the thing that was happening back then. It was,
yeah, that was
the thing. It was topical, yes.
Yeah. And then, I don't know if my dad actually said this, if we were going to pretend my dad said this, but my dad said some pretty hilarious stuff.
Yeah.
And this is just weird. John, you should be a general in the Iraqi army. What? Well, better than the Iraqi Navy. And then, yeah. And
what?
then, yeah, that's what it says. Then our friend Kevin was supposed to have said, when they have generals in the Navy, you let me know. And then you were supposed to say we'd win for sure, and then say something about me being in a military force, ensuring that it breaks.
Well, I kind of feel bad we didn't make this thing. I think it would have been a huge success.
We could still do
We'd probably
it.
be like in mansions now. We probably, we would have flamingos in our yards.
Yeah.
Women serving us food dressed as flamingos. Serving us flamingo that has been cooked raw. Cooked raw.
Excuse me.
And they're all flamingo shit. That's the whole thing. Because if you're rich, that's what you do.
Yeah.
Themed parties.
One
Anything
other
else
thing?
that's worth saying?
Yeah. Apparently, we were supposed to have insane dialogue about insane stuff, direct quote,
Yeah.
including Predator versus Batman.
That actually came out. That's a comic that was eventually created.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
And then some other crazy stuff like me not speaking, I'm just staring at the screen.
Wow.
And then talking about how when I speak, it's over people's heads, but when I speak, it must be profoundly stupid. Like,
do you remember what I used to call you? Do you remember this?
H?
No, I'm talking about like when you would say like a punny joke or like a weird joke. One of your jokes.
Definitely not Fozzie.
Every time John would, you'll remember when I say this, but when John would do one of his bad jokes, and most people's jokes when you're in high school is like all filthy stuff, a lot of cursing, a lot of...
Yeah, that's where I am now, the filthy stuff.
Right. That's what most people were saying to each other. But John would have these very clean, like, just puns and this totally different humor than everyone else. So he would do one of these bits or whatever, and I would go, "Gentleman comic, John Harrington."
Oh yeah,
gentleman comic.
Wow.
Like an oldie, like a 20s comic that would go out and with like a thing and do a very clean, wholesome show.
Okay, well,
for the traveling carnival or something, So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. The basement. Anything else worth saying on there?
Two things.
Yeah.
One, pour soda on John equals gold.
Pour soda on you, I assume.
No, I'm H. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
And then something kind of sad. Annoying neighbor stops in. We don't acknowledge him. 3 people on a 4-person game. This game is 4-player. Can I play too?
They just say no.
Yeah.
So we were just jerks.
Yeah, we're still jerks.
We're still jerks. Well, that's cool, man. Definitely hold on to it. Just scan it, maybe, or something. I don't know. Or maybe
just scan it now.
Or maybe just destroy it. It should be destroyed.
Don't destroy it. No.
Maybe scanned or something. I don't know. That's cool, man. Maybe we should make it, maybe, and do exactly what is there.
Yeah, we should do that.
Don't even add anything.
Soda.
Add nothing to it, and just do exactly what it says.
Yeah.
So. Well, John, I'd like to say we came a long way, but I'm not exactly sure.
We eventually used lighting.
Yeah, well, there you go. Daylight savings time was this past weekend. So now it gets dark at like 4 o'clock. It's like pitch black.
No, now 4 o'clock looks like 4 o'clock. Before, 4 o'clock looked like 3 o'clock. But it wasn't 4 o'clock looked like 5 o'clock. But it wasn't 5 o'clock. It was 4 o'clock. That's not what 4 o'clock looks like. You look out the window right now, that's what 8:24 looks like. Not 9:24. And that's one reason I hate daylight stupid time.
Alright, OJ's very angry. He's a very angry gentleman. But anyway, we got a nice 1 hour, extra hour. So everyone got an extra hour. We're back in time together. We want to do here, what did everyone do for the special extra hour? We want to know. OJ, what did you do for the special extra hour of your day?
I forgot to set my alarm back an hour, woke up, and then set it back an hour and went back to sleep.
Same with me, because I didn't really even know, but I don't even have a clock that you like manually do. So it just like the phone just automatically does it, and I didn't even know. Well, there you go. Some people, Slicky says he turned his clock to the future. You put an hour ahead. He wasn't supposed to do that.
Oh
But there you
gosh,
go.
no! You're going to break everything.
Repez is watching Schnoz-man. That's good.
Very good, sir.
Yes.
Iron Wolf was a time wizard.
He's
I
always.
can see
That's
that.
what he always is.
Hey, Doug watched Extra Life.
And there you go. And the Mad Head's just not even paying attention.
He was tired.
No one really cared. I don't think it's a big deal. To anyone.
Uma slept. That's the right thing to do.
I don't think anyone really cares about it. I think OJ's just very upset.
Well,
it.
for once, it didn't break anything at work, so that was good.
Yeah, is that what happens? Like a Y2J situation? Y2K, I'm sorry, Y2J. Yeah.
Thanks. No, every now and no, it used to break stuff, but we fixed most of it.
Good.
Excuse me.
I'll take the credit for that.
Oh,
So,
thank you.
We got some stuff going on this week.
Oh.
I'm kind of excited about. Personal stuff.
Oh.
Thursday, I got a meeting with some gentlemen. We're going to try to maybe have a band or something. We're going to talk
Nice.
about some stuff. And then Saturday, I'm going to pro wrestling, which is always a joyous occasion.
That should be fun.
Going with my friend The Tone. His name is The Tone. John knows him from our high school.
Sure
And
do.
we're going to the House of Hardcore, Tommy Dreamer's House of Hardcore, Poughkeepsie, New York. If everybody's going, I'll be down there, say hello. All that jazz. Buy me a soda.
And some popcorn.
Yeah, that's what I like. And then Thor's coming out Friday. Gonna see the Thor.
I want to. I don't know if I'm going to get to.
What are you excited about the Thor?
I think it should be pretty fun. I mean, I liked the first one. It was all right. I'm curious if whether... honestly, part of me wants to see if Coulson shows up.
Just for Coulson. Coulson's like the top guy in Marvel now. He's like the top guy. He's the top guy.
Well, they got to make him the top guy to try and make the movie... I mean, the show...
You know what's funny is I'm playing the Lego Marvel game.
Yeah.
And everyone's voice is, fake voice actors, but his voice is like it's actually him. And he's pretty much like the main guy. Like, he tells everyone, like, where to go, and he tells you what the missions are and everything.
Yeah.
And, Coulson from the movies, he talks to, like, Captain America, Thor, those guys.
Everybody.
But in the game, he's talking to people
Avengers.
that we never spoke to before.
Huh?
And he's acting like he just knows them.
What, like they're friends? Like they're besties?
Cyclops, we need you to come out here, do this.
How did you get this number?
Jean Grey, do this. It's like, whoa, it's like surreal. It's weird.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he would probably have all their phone numbers.
He's got contact everybody. They're all connected. Spider-Man, please come here. We need you to put some webs on this. And then all of a sudden you're Spider-Man. It's pretty funny,
that's pretty
man.
cool.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. And the storyline's really funny in the game. It's all about the Tesseract.
Of course.
Wolverine steals it
Yeah, that makes sense.
from Thor.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Ow.
Yeah, it's really funny. It's a great game. But anyway, let's get into this episode a little bit. I think we're going to actually have a special guest joining us, Mr. Sturmgeist, who did a lot of work on it. And we're going to have him kind of come in and talk about the episode as we go through it. But, I don't know, it's my two favorite reactions so far to the episode. Number one, my mother. She's a fan of the series, John. We've talked about this before.
Yeah. Which is pretty sweet.
She was not happy that with the shooting. She didn't like it. She's a preschool.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert, guys.
She's a preschool teacher, and she's very upset. Why did John Harrington get shot? I could see once, but why twice? And it's funny because she always refers to.
I could see John getting but I could see John getting shot once, but twice is just too much.
Right. She always refers to the characters as our real people. John Harrington, he was shot, and then it's like, and then you were laying there with pills. But I don't know. I think she liked the other stuff, but she didn't. She doesn't like the gun violence, and then I had to explain, like, the bad guys have the guns, not the good guys.
Yeah.
So the bad, she's basically saying it's bad to have them, But that was interesting. And then another one came from Mr. SirMyaTheBee. SirMyaTheBee is a Ramborgian gentleman who we met at Too Many Games, I believe, from Philadelphia. And he uploaded a video where he watches the episode for the first time with a face cam. And he sent me the link today. And as like the person that put it together, it was really interesting to see this. Because you want certain reactions for certain things, right? And watching this was just really amazing experience for me, and like pretty much everything you would hope for to achieve, like someone watching it, like that's where we got from him, and it was just really, really great, man. I really loved it, and it's up on his YouTube channel. If people want to watch it, I'll put the link in the description. SirMyaTheBee's the gentleman's name, but it was very fun stuff right there. Really glad that he did that.
Yeah,
and pass it our way.
Thank you.
But it's always weird when you put these out, because I spend so much time with them, with each scene, each episode, right? And it's almost like it becomes like your child, right? You raise it from nothing, you create it, you put it together, right? And then you for months and months, and it's always there, and you're the only one that has it's yours. But then you release it out into the world, right?
Yeah, and then
you put it out there. You don't really know. You hope that the world's gay. You can't protect it. You hope the world's going to accept it, treat it nicely. You hope that people will watch it. Hope that people will like it. And, many of you guys did, absolutely. And we truly appreciate that.
All your comments and likes and all that stuff.
Right, but for those people, like, this is like, okay, it's a video that's on YouTube. It's a video, whatever. But to me, it's like there's a whole other side to it. It's like, this is my life, This is what I chose to do with my life, with my time.
Yeah.
Sacrificed a lot of things, and there's a whole other side to it. And I was sitting last night in the woods. This is a true story.
Which woods?
When it was dark. Oh, you know the woods.
What the?
I had a conversation with myself, and it was kind of like, how do I feel about what I've done? Like with my time and like what I've put out. And it was kind of an interesting question. But I felt in the end, if you're thinking about it, regardless of anything, if anyone, whether it had 10 views, 10,000, 10 million, whatever, or if anyone liked it or didn't like it or hated it, whatever, if I just look at it raw as like what I did, I'm damn proud of it.
As you should be.
Mighty Zick and proud, as OJ would say.
Mm-hmm.
OJaculation the third or something?
OJaculation the third.
Yeah, Mighty Zick and proud of it. Yeah, I mean, if I look at everything that went into it and what a challenge a lot of it was, and how challenging it is on top of everything else I have to do in life, I think it's like miraculous that it even exists. And you might feel the same way about it, like with everything you have going on. It's like a miracle that it even exists. And I'm proud of certain things, like looking at the first 5 episodes. People liked those. We could have done more like that. There was no reason like not to just make more like that, like 10 minutes and how it looked and everything. But I'm proud that we said, no, we're going to do much better than that. We could do better, and we pushed it. And now we have these giant 40-minute, 35 minutes episodes that look pretty decent. And we just weren't complacent about things, And then even like some of these episodes that you're seeing now, there's points where they could come out because they're like done, and I basically know we have to add more things.
Yeah.
Like for the number 7, we add another 15 minutes on top of what was there.
Yeah.
Just because we want to make it better,
We want to put out something that's good.
And we weren't afraid to do the harder thing, with really no guarantee of anything in the end, right? So
yeah,
that's all I want to say about it. I'm just real proud of him. I'm happy if you guys enjoyed it. I think it's a life accomplishment. And there's certain aspects to this series that I would put up, next to anything that's out there. Maybe not the complete package, but certain aspects to it about it.
There's certain parts
I think are as good as anything that's going on, and that's my opinion on it. Yes. Hello?
I concur.
Oh. That's it, huh?
Well, you're kind of a hard act to follow.
You need like a tuba or something.
I got a saxophone in the
Blow me
closet,
away.
but I need to clean it.
So that's that, my friends. That's that. There is one more coming. And we were actually working on it this past weekend when this one came out. And it was a crazy weekend, John. The next episode is going to be super challenging.
Yeah.
We already have all kinds of problems. Like every time, there's always insane problems and things. Right now, the camera is messed up because we broke it after many usage times. There's some stuff in it that we're trying to do that I don't know how to do. But we're gonna try to figure it out. And but I'm excited for it. I think people saying, "Oh, you know, they're saying the last one was the best one. How could you top this? You've seen nothing yet. Everything you've seen is building towards this final episode." You know, the first 5 episodes were very much introducing you to the characters, who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Try to take you on that, get you attached to them a little bit. Maybe you like them a little bit. And then the last several, we've been doing cool stuff with them. And then this next one is the what it's all been building to. I don't know when it's coming. It will come eventually when it's ready.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Thank you for your patience.
Then and only then.
Yeah. But that's that, man. Anything else you want to say?
I'm going to say that I just want to say, I'll thank everybody for all the good, awesome things they said and for everybody who helped us out with this episode, too, because we couldn't have done it, without Andre or Uncle Yo, Carl, or...
And all you guys did incredible
Kristen,
things. And I put all you guys in pretty much borderline illegal situations. Nobody even flinched. Everyone just does what they got to do. Everyone tries really hard for basically nothing in return.
Except me, I complain and then do it.
You take a little bit of a pushing, but I think you just go, okay, I'll just have to do it, and that'll be done. But I can't ask for more, man. It's a dream come true. It's like I said earlier on the show. It really is.
I just can't believe that it's not going to fit on a single DVD. It's crazy.
Hell no. So let's go through it a little bit. Let's try to get our guest in here, Mr. Sturm Ghost. Hopefully this works. You know how this likes to be.
Now we're looking at the Skype, hoping that we get a successful call.
Hey.
Hello.
Yo.
I did not want to enter this with video, but I guess there it goes.
Aw.
It's pretty
looking
close.
great.
I don't like the what?
You're looking great, dude.
Yeah, and you
Why are
got
you
an
so
awesome
upset?
background behind you. Seriously, dude.
The foreground is better.
Well, yes.
Over here.
That's clear.
Let's see it. Turn the camera so we can see it.
Oh no, I thought you were talking about your
Nah,
face.
it's probably gonna disconnect. No, I'm talking about on my desk. There's like the best part in the back. It's just a bunch of decoration.
Well, you're in luck, sir, because we're going to be showing the episode, basically, so I don't have to show your face too much. You can get back to
Awesome.
having your clothes off or whatever was going on that you don't want to
Can I
stop.
do
I'm
the
not wearing
same?
pants.
So,
Wait, if he doesn't get to have to wear pants, why do I have to wear pants?
all right, whatever. So, anyway, as OJ brought up, there's many unsung heroes in the Schnoz-man HolePunch universe, and you, sir, are certainly one of them. People don't realize all the stuff you've done on the last couple episodes. Basically, sitting with me for hours on end, listening to me rant and rave, and you did a tremendous amount of work, sir.
Yeah.
No,
basically,
it's so much fun to talk to you on a weekly basis because it's kind of like an episode of your life. You update me on what's been going on. It's pretty fun actually.
But basically, what our friend Jesse here has done, anytime you see an Epic Mail logo, he created that logo, and then he puts it into the actual frame of the video, and then that's why you see all this cool stuff. So what we're going to kind of do here is go through the episode and kind of point out some of the stuff you did, and if you want to talk about it or not, that's up to you. And if you have any other anything else, both you guys, if you have questions or especially people in the chat, if you have questions about things that are in there, definitely let us know. We'll try to.
Well, we're gonna talk about other stuff too, right? Like the funny production moments and stuff like that.
Anything you want to say, John? It's perfectly fine.
Go sports it.
For first and foremost, I am a fan of Schnoz-man and HolePunch. Before you asked me to help, I was a big fan of the first couple of episodes, so it was actually kind of fun to contribute to it, and anything I'm willing to do, to help.
Oh, I got stuff for you to do. Don't worry. We got another 30, 40 hours coming. Don't worry.
You will regret those words.
Yes.
I don't mind working because you make such good use out of the what I give you, so it all turns out.
And you do good
great.
stuff. And I also want to bring up Hazard, did the Schnoz-man logo.
And Museus.
He did the mystery logo. Mark 2-Bit made the the splash Schnoz-man HolePunch thing you always see in the beginning of every episode. And Museus did a ton of the music. And any of the Epic Mail music, all that stuff is all him. So,
yeah, the music is great. Both yours and Museus.
Yeah, what we tried to do, like, talking to him, is, like, all the Epic Mail music is very electronic. It's very, like, high-tech, right? Like, all that stuff. But then, like...
Yeah, it's awesome.
But the stuff for Schnoz-man HolePunch is very, like, the acoustic guitar and the harmonica or whatever. So it's very, like, organic, very kind of, you know, whatever. So it's kind of that contrast is what we're trying to do. But anyway, can you see the stream and everything, both you guys?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, so why don't we kind of just, unfortunately...
And don't forget, John, it's going to be a little bit delayed for us.
Oh, I'll forget.
Yeah,
don't worry.
Just small delay.
I will forget.
That's fine.
All right, so let's open it up.
So if we already have a question,
it's not loading properly.
Do we want to answer?
It's not loading. It's froze.
While you're doing that,
Picnic.
There we go. There we go.
So, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, someone already asked a question.
What's the question?
Madhead wants to know what they used for your nose.
What did we use?
What substance we used to paint John's schnoz?
It's
like putty or something.
It's called cream or something, right? It's
grease paint.
It's called cream. You find it at Party City. A lot of I saw it a lot for Halloween actually.
Yeah,
a lot of stores had it.
Oh, it's like that stuff that washes off, right?
Yeah,
It's cheap grease paint.
It really sucks though. It's not good because it constantly comes off. So I have to keep going into the bathroom, putting more on every couple minutes, and it's really annoying.
But that's better than it not coming off.
And the mask is really bad. The mask is terrible. Like, we never anticipated that we'd be doing this much with all this. It's really tight. It's just, I don't know. It's really uncomfortable, but anyway. So first thing you see is Joe. I wanted to make sure Joe was in this somehow. You know, he was in the last 2 episodes before this. So I was like, Joe needs a spot. So it was a great position here. Threw it in. You know, I tried to do, like, with this episode, a lot of, like, jump things moments. Like, you don't know what's coming. Mm-hmm. It happens a couple times. This is one of them. You know, like, you just get hit with something, you know. Sturm, tell us about this, sir.
When you first sent this to me, of course, it was like a blank background, I believe,
yeah.
for the Joe part, and it looked absolutely hilarious. It was great. Like it
was better than this.
Yeah, well, I mean, his delivery. It looks better when you mix it in with everything else, but his delivery was amazing.
Oh yeah, I said you was just the face.
Yeah, but he just because you said, "Oh, I don't know how you're gonna feel about this." I was like, "What the hell is it?" And I open it and immediately just get epic. Like, what the hell?
All right, tell me about this train logo here, this billboard thing. How does this happen? How do you do this?
Well, I mean, you send me a still picture, of what you want me to edit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I pretty much, these two were already made. That Epic Mail logo was already made a couple of months ago.
Yeah,
and
you made these logos, and then it was like, I want these on there, and then he somehow figures out how to put them on.
Yeah, and the wanted poster, that's that one's already been made. But whenever you ask me to fit it into something like cropped like that, I tried not to just copy paste it on there. I try to stretch it to make it look a little better on whatever you need me to put it on.
Dimensions.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like I just literally cut and paste it on there.
Right.
And also, you have to kind of mess around with the shading to have it similar to the shading in the shot. That way, it doesn't look like it's completely photoshopped.
Right. Yeah, this kind of stuff is usually just me in my normal life, driving by stuff or whatever, and then pulling the camera, and I always carry it because sometimes bring it with me, and then grabbing stuff, and he turns it into the Epic Mail logos. That particular one with the train station was when I went to pick up Brooke to do the Violet stuff with the office. The train was coming, so I was like, I'll film the train. So just kind of keep your eyes open for things, you know. It
looks great in the shot because, as a viewer, you can't really tell. That's the whole point, that you can't tell that it was photoshopped in because you mix a still image with a moving image.
Right, and it's all quick stuff.
Yeah, which is all these things that make it, all these scenes that make it work. This
whole intro thing, it's a little different for us. We usually start with HolePunch talking and then showing, older footage. And one thing I try not to do is fall into that kind of that constant formula, So I think there was another episode, maybe in episode 4, I think, didn't have that, and then we did it a bunch of times again, and then this one start with music instead, instead of that situation.
Yeah, and I want to point out that we finally got to use the dang underpass footage when I'm walking under that dang bridge.
Oh, we used it last time too.
We used it last time, yeah, but every time I see it, because we filmed that like what, a year ago?
There's certain things that OJ hated to do.
It was last autumn.
So what I'd like to do is use that footage as much as possible. The other ones when he's up on top of the rock, and he's looking down, I try to use that as much as I can, and then that under the underpass, I was like, we're using that again.
Yeah, I had to climb down like this escarpment or whatever the heck the word is. Yeah. Try not to fall down without glasses.
So, all right, this is the one I wanted you to talk about, dude. Because I know you worked on this one.
Which one is it? It's just slightly delayed.
Yeah, I know, the elevator situation.
Oh, yeah, I'm proud of this one for no reason.
Excuse me.
I'm proud because if you see on the very top, that little epic male, that little silhouette logo up there, in the original shot that you sent me, there's a glare on there, which is still there. Right. But I don't even know how I managed to preserve the glare and still slide the image behind the glare.
Yeah, it looks really good.
For some reason, I was so proud of that. I was like, yeah. Even though if the glare was not there, nobody would have ever noticed.
Right. It's awesome stuff. I mean, and it's like, you and I were talking about how it's like, 5 seconds here, a couple seconds there.
Yeah, but we also talked about how much of a difference it makes in the quality.
Like, imagine none of those logos are in this at all. Then it's
it would just be like a blue, boring old parking.
It makes it so much more real that it's there.
Yeah, without the images, it does kind of take away from the immersion of seeing epic male stuff. Just plastered all over the place, which is what the storyline is.
Right.
I just want to point out that Slinky knows exactly where this garage is.
How?
I don't know.
He's one of those fans, like those paparazzi fans that just follow you during filming.
That garage thing, that all came about because we had everyone down and it was like pouring rain, so we couldn't film like outdoors or do what we wanted to do. So we were just driving around, and we went to a garage because you get out of the rain that way, and then like film some stuff in the garage. That's basically it, man. A lot of this stuff just kind of comes up like that. How about this one? Yes.
You picked a lot of like great places to film, man, because all the places that have been in the series, with the epic male stuff, you make it seem so big, like this building and the offices later. But then when you cut to like Schnoz-man and HolePunch, you use like the apartments and the sewers and the forests and crap places like that.
Crap place.
You really you associate the scenes, the scenery with the characters, which is really cool.
Yeah, you want to make it, they're taking over,
Yeah.
So this is, we're out in the woods. This was done, like, April or something. This was done, this was filmed before,
early spring.
We ever, met Carl. Like, a lot of this stuff is just so out of order because we didn't have cast members, we didn't have this or that, so we would just do stuff out of order, and months before we knew what was going on, and, so,
but it's really hard to tell because unless you told me this was filmed beforehand, I would have never known. Really,
so you just got really organized. Really got planned things out. There is some stuff like the seasons do change, and I'll kind of bring that up later. But I like this monologue.
I like the way they work.
I got a quick question.
Yeah,
who designed that flyer? I love it.
That was Carol Ann, my girlfriend.
It was so cool to have a weird little checkerboard right there.
It says some stuff on. I should have paused on that. I screwed up. But there are several Easter egg type things. If you pause on that flyer, you could read certain things.
Yeah,
that are pretty funny.
I read it.
And there's a couple other things. Yeah.
I'm just a big design guy, and when I saw that, me creating the logo, but I saw somebody create a flyer with the logo. I really wanted to know who did that. That was really, really good design right there.
I really like this monologue. We went back and did it a few times and added things. I like how he just starts talking about all the native animals and stuff, and the ninjas are running by and shit. I just thought it was really funny. I liked it a lot.
I do want to say though, again, that logo was awesome. So thank you, sir. I like also the sound effects John added for the ninja.
That's that's me blowing on the freaking mic.
Oh, so like this?
Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah, and little stuff like that's really annoying because you could try all kinds of different sounds and you don't really know what you can use anything there is that exists. You have to settle on something, and
to you it could be anything, but you want the right one.
Eventually, you just got to go. That's it,
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, we went through so many fortune cookies for this part. I think I bought 4 boxes.
I was going to ask, where did you find that many fortune cookies, and where can I get a surplus of them?
Dude, they sell them at the Zicken grocery stores up here.
Yeah.
Just out in the open.
They
Yeah.
sell boxes of
That's
them.
that's not fair though, because you can't just get multiple fortunes.
I know, and they're not
can.
even individually wrapped either. You can just start scarfing them down, spitting out the paper, and then reading it and keep going.
John, tell us about
Those
these.
Pokemon spikes are cool too.
Yeah, what are those spikes, John? Tell us about that.
Those are caltrops, or as I call them, holetrops,
Yeah.
which are basically jacks of doom. If you ever played jacks with, like a bouncy ball. But I made those out of Sculpey and painted them with my Warhammer paint.
All right.
Basically, they're
Awesome.
a tool designed so that which, no matter what way they land, there's one point facing straight up. So if someone's chasing you, toss them down, stab.
There's something I want to point out about this scene right here that I'm paused on. This was actually not like something that we were planning on filming. This is OJ's actual reaction because he saw like a bee or something on the tree, and that's a complete 100% natural. Like that's just what he did. So he didn't even know the camera was on. Nothing. So
Wait, what?
That's awesome.
This is when I saw a bee.
you saw some kind of thing, and that's what you
He
did.
doesn't even remember.
Doesn't even remember.
Oh, the spider maybe.
I don't know what it was. Yeah, what?
And then okay, and I
Okay, so if you see this part, we didn't get enough footage. So we went back to this forest in like July or something, or August, to get more stuff. And of course, like the seasons change and there's a lot more vegetation this time of year. So if you watch the raw file, this is very green. It's much, much more green. So what I had to do is like increase the reds like huge to make it match the previous footage.
browns.
Yeah, the browns and the reds, yeah.
Thank goodness though that there were still dead leaves all over the ground.
And this whole thing, that arm, John, I don't know if you noticed that arm that grabbed the cookie was his girlfriend, not him.
Oh, really?
But yeah, we filmed this whole thing with his girlfriend first. And then I was like, oh, I want to add it where like the ass gets stabbed by the thing, because we didn't initially
Oh
have
wow,
that.
that was Kristen's hand.
So I'm like, it's not really cool to like have the girl get stabbed. I don't think that was right. So I was like,
Especially not in yeah.
so then we had him do it, and we did it again.
And then Caroline is the one who helped us get the butt shot.
And there was also some footage that we didn't use, which was after the Ninja Italians run across the bridge and they step on the spikes. You see her with like a bloody sock, like she takes her shoe off, and there's blood all over her foot.
Wow.
But then I felt like it was a little too extreme for HolePunch to like making people bleed and shit, so it didn't make it in.
Yeah.
Here's the footage from last time. I thought you kind of needed it again, like the setup, instead of going right into the part where it left off, So, the scene
And you
with
could see,
the scene with Andre. Okay, I'll tell you guys when this was made.
Oh gosh.
This was done in November of 2012. Is when we filmed this
Wow.
with me and
When we
Andre.
filmed it the first time.
Yes, then it was so bad. Not his stuff. My stuff was so bad that we had to go back in like maybe a couple of months later, and I did all my stuff again. And for the first time, you see Schnoz-man actually eject the stuff out of his nose. I figured out some shit how to do that. And what you're seeing here, yeah,
those are really cool shots of the snot or whatever that is, like flying towards him with the effect that you used in the trajectory of the camera.
Yeah, it's actually
very
like
good.
I don't know if you
I
guys
like
saw was it John the Sam Raimi movies?
Oh yeah, it's a Raimi cam.
Yeah, the Sam Raimi movies, like what he does, he'll be like the guy is chasing the person is like the camera.
Yeah, or a hand, or a tree, or a vine.
Right. So that's where we kind of got that idea from.
I love that stuff.
The way we did it was actually just running with the camera. Like I just had the camera in my hand and just ran towards the window, and he would just like dive out of the way.
See the Evil Dead movies if you want to see more Raimi
Yeah,
cam.
the Evil Dead.
Yeah.
That's where we got it from.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
that stuff comes from there. One more question. How did you guys apply that blue stuff on the window? Did you just like splash it on there?
That was me. Shall I reveal what it is, John?
It's just some like some
It's fart
Nickelodeon
putty.
crap. Yeah.
It's fart
Oh.
putty.
yeah.
I want to know how you guys put it on. Did you just like pour it over there?
You
Did
put
slap
some, and I
it
think
on
it naturally dripped down. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. If you
Cool.
watch it, you can see what we filmed earlier and what we filmed later because it gloops. It gloops down.
there? That's cool.
So the idea of the scene, basically, you've
Pretty
always
easy to
seen
clean, though.
You've always seen Schnoz-man in like a position of power, pretty much. Like whoever comes to the door, he destroys them. He's pretty, dominant with regards to HolePunch. But he just gets completely destroyed. Like it's really nothing in on Raposa. Raposa emasculates him, breaks him down, and
He
defeats
gets
him.
buried.
Right, he buries him. And that's kind of like a theme we did with the series. Like we kind of take the characters that hopefully you care
Or
about the
low
characters.
class.
right? And you kind of bring them up a little bit, and you bring them down, and then it's like a roller coaster ride with these guys.
Yeah. Sorry, I just even though I have the audio muted, I just love watching this scene.
It's a cool scene. I saw this one
fun.
multiple times.
Yeah, and then it's still got the epic mail stuff on the computer in the background, and
so like I said, we filmed this in November of last year, and initially this was going to be part of the last episode, but then things kind of changed, so it's short because it was supposed to be part of that other thing, you know. Had I known that was going to be part of this one, and separate from that, it probably would have been longer all around, but I still think it came out pretty well. And this part right here really sucked. There's no padding or anything, and I literally jumped on the floor like 15 times because I was like, OJ, you have to like zoom out the camera at the exact moment that I'm punched, and we did it like 20 times.
Really hard.
And then Andre's like, why don't you just do digital zoom? I was like, oh shit, we could have just done that.
Yeah. Also, we also had to redo it once because I was in the mirror for a split second in one of the shots.
Yeah, there's one he's like, we got it, and then I watch it, and it's like, you're right there, dude. Come on.
Also, you want to know what the thing that he threw was? That little black ball?
Yes, it was a sock.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
It was a sock.
Where'd you get that net? It looks like a hammock or something.
So we got off
Amazon.com.
Yeah.
Really?
Seriously, Amazon got so much money from this program.
But what is it supposed to be like?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Cargo net for a truck.
Oh.
It came with about 20 yellow clips on it that I had to rip off.
And this is all
Like,
we
I did
added
almost
in.
all the physical stuff for
And now I
this.
go make the sex with your mother. We made this. We came up with this at the okay.
That's awesome.
All right, so this building here.
I'll show myself out.
All right, so there. Why don't you talk about that logo in the back there? You made that.
Which? Oh yeah, yeah. That's one of the many like the silhouette ones, which I actually like the silhouette by itself
Yeah.
because it looks really cool and ominous.
Yeah, I think it's great, dude.
And just putting it by itself at the very back is like very subtle of you instead of just slapping the same silhouette with the logo, splitting
You
them
want
up
to be
and
kind of
use them.
subtle, you know, because if it's like,
Yeah.
let's say it's a real thing, right? It wouldn't be like right in
Yeah.
your face, right? It'd be part of the actual environment, like
The whole building
mixed
yeah.
into it. So,
But when you gave this to me, you pretty much what this still shot is. You pretty much gave me that, and I put the thing back there. But it looks so much better when you added that colored lighting that you used in the intro too.
yeah, it has like a little bit of lighting on it. Yeah.
The way you use those in this episode is really cool.
So this building here, this is actually where I work.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's a giant corporate building, and there's different companies that are in this building, and they all kind of share like a lot of these different things that you see here. So Brooke was nice enough to come down one day. We went there. We were totally not allowed to be there. We weren't supposed to be doing this. We ran it. We went in, got everything we needed to get, got the hell out. I could probably be fired. I may still be. If anyone ever watches the security footage.
This shot I really like because again, something that I told you when we talked about it was I don't know if a lot of these things you did intentionally or not, but either way I still appreciate them. Like this shot right here, how it's like a little mini garden.
Yeah.
It looks like because of if Jeff Reagan would like all this flowers around his headquarters, he would have a little garden around the entire place.
Yeah, and she's kind
Also-
of thinking about things.
really
Yes,
like
John.
that.
Yes.
I also like the fact that Violet just stopping here, she's just like, I'm too important for this, but she's supposed to be going to me. She's like, F this. I'm going to take a second and just look at the dang plants.
Yeah.
But what's she thinking? Is she thinking, oh my gosh, I want to kill them all and burn them on top of Jeff's face, or what?
It's definitely the best location we ever used. You know, this was something that wasn't in it. Like the thing was done, and then I wanted to put something like that in because I was like, we have this awesome building that I go to every day, and so essentially I work at the Epic Mail every day. That's where I work.
So you're a part of it.
I'm part of the Epic Mail. I work there. Yes.
Oh man, we know how the series ends.
I'm the yes. It's me.
You
It
come
was
in
me all along.
as John.
No,
Oh,
Rambo and OJ fight off Schnoz-man and HolePunch at the Epic Mail.
Unless I get fired, and then there's no ending because we can't. Film.
Okay. Now this scene, oh
You can do it
boy.
outside.
Yes, John. Tell us.
So this scene was kind of ridiculous. We needed some way to take out the ninja.
This is one of the things
and-
we talked about a million times. Different things
Yeah.
we could do. Yeah.
Yeah, and we just had trouble figuring it out. Then we finally did it. It came out okay, but it was basically nobody who did this scene they were all just like, nope, we are never doing that again. No.
Yeah, there was all kinds of different versions of it. The trick always with HolePunch is like you want him to get somewhere, but he can't actually like win, right? Because he's always got to like screw something up somehow, you know. So like, how do you get him from point A to B if you can't beat them? You know, so I thought it was pretty funny. And then there's your first shot of Skull Midnight.
Yeah. Also, keep an eye out for the Ninja Irish.
Oh yes, someone doesn't have their headband on properly.
Yep, one of the Ninja Italians is actually Ninja Irish.
Awesome.
Looks like your girlfriend right there on the right.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not Irish, it's red, but it's close. I guess
RNG.
Yeah. But I thought it was pretty funny, man. All the lines in there are really good. You know, the stink hole bomb.
Yeah. Also, you can read something. What does it say on?
New York Comic Con or something. Yeah, New York Comic Con.
On the ball.
On the shirt.
On the shirt, yeah.
It says New York Comic Con.
That's funny.
Here's more stuff at the building here.
Oh, someone's asking about Midnight.
Yes, what are they asking?
How did you guys come up with Midnight?
Oh, he came up with
actually, Ryan came up with that himself.
Yeah, we're gonna have him on the show in like 2 weeks. He's coming on.
Mm-hmm.
But he is making his own series, and he made that entire suit, and he has his own character, and he's got a whole thing going on his own.
That's a cool suit.
We'll talk about him when we get to him, but yeah, it's more stuff in the building. I just thought it was funny. Like I used every shot that I had in there because it's just kind of it's at the end of the day it's comedy and like just walking. It's kind of.
I'm just picturing like
again.
Yeah, go on.
The plants on top still make it for me. I really. Like that.
I'm just picturing
though
like
the whole flower vibe.
This is like the food area. You know, it's like it's almost like a food court they have.
Yeah,
it's like a big
fancy one.
Yeah, it's like there's like 2,000 people work in this building. So
I'm just picturing Brooke waiting.
It has like actual food court food in it.
Sorry about that. I keep cutting you off.
Yes, go ahead, John.
I just can picture like Brooke waiting for you while you have to go up and down the stairs to get around to do all those over the head shots.
That's what we did do. I said you have to wait here, and then we all got lost and we had to yell. And it was funny.
Are you serious? You got lost?
It was funny because we were trying not to get in trouble, so we would speak to each other. We would just whisper. Okay, go over there. I want to get the camera here. And then she would like go do it, and she was great. She was great all about it, you know.
Oh no, she's really nice.
Yeah,
the angles were really good.
It was really fun, man. It felt like for the first time like I was making a real movie because it was like a real place that an actual movie would actually film there, you know, if they could.
Yeah. No, she was nice the whole time.
Out of all the possible angles that are available to you right there, you chose some really good ones.
Yeah, dude. I try to not go straight on. Just try to get some diagonals going. I don't know. It's you know, do what you can.
It was good because like I said, I don't know if it was intentional, but in the angles that you did and her walking around, it almost looked like maze-like it was like a endless maze, like a loop.
I was going for kind of a Get Smart thing. Have you seen Get Smart, the intro?
Yeah, like they have to go to the headquarters.
Right. He's walking through all kinds of things.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Tell us about this logo. Good. This looks like a pain in the ass to make this.
A little bit. I just wanted to get the right shade of gold without making it look like piss yellow.
Right.
That's really what I wanted because you wanted it to look gold, but with the shading of this, I wanted it to look like it was a part of the back wall and the right shade of gold because gold is a very finicky color. You want it to look yellow and like bold instead of like light green.
Yellow's kind of cheap, but gold is gold.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you go too yellow, it doesn't look very nice. But when you get the right shade of like brown, the little mustard shade, it looks really nice.
Yeah. See, like doing this, I felt like I was a real like filmmaker. Because look at this broom, it's awesome.
And again, you chose the best possible angle right at the end of the table where it looks
the size of the room. Yeah,
no matter how big the room is, whether it's like 10 feet or 20 feet, it makes it look like a giant long room.
Every seat has a wine glass, a piece of paper, a pen, and a piece of chocolate.
Except for one.
And I have never been invited in that room. And actually, I didn't know if I could get into it, but I just pushed on the door and it was unlocked. It was unlocked.
Well, it was also what I like.
That's what I do at my job.
Yeah.
What I like though is the fact that conference rooms like that have curves on the tables. Mm-hmm. So that people can see everybody else at the end of the table because, otherwise you're staring through other people's heads. But for that shot, it just made it look like it was stretching on toward infinity.
She's talking to you assume the CEO of the Epic Mail, whoever that may be. How about this one, dude? My side of this, Again, just driving around. This is on the side of the highway. Stop the side of the highway.
Oh.
Stuck the camera down and got the thing. So, how about you? What do you?
The same deal here with that train station shot. Like I said, you want to, instead of just copy pasting the image, you want to make it match the dimensions of whatever you need. At the same time, trying to add some type of texture or shading to the billboards to make it look like a billboard.
Right.
Not to just make it look like some image.
It looks great. I mean, if you look at the bear clone especially, it's got like the lines in it. Like it was like, you know, how they roll it on those things. It looks like that's what it is. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant by putting textures. Because if you just put the normal photo there, it'll just look. It really does like a copy paste job. But when you add some transparencies and stuff, you can still see what was behind that billboard, which is what most billboards are. They just like slap them on top of each other.
So we got Mr. Howard here. We actually did
That's a great shot of the shirt.
We did this twice. I went down there. He does live an hour away. We filmed something that was totally different. I didn't like it, and I went back, and then we did a whole other thing. But it's basically Bear Claw's on the run. He's being blamed for all the crimes, and the wave of violence and all that stuff. The zoopocalypse. He's being blamed for it, and he's eating out of a trash can at a random person's house.
Is that still a thing? The zoopocalypse?
Well, it happened last time. But this is actually Howard's home that he now lives in, which is a very nice place, and it's an important scene because if you watch the whole episode, we basically took out every hero. They're all taken down. So Bear Claw, he was a loose end because he's still out there. He's a hero, but as you see at the end of this, something is going on with him. He's involved with the cops who are after him. He's not really capable of taking out Jeff at this point, you know.
Or holding his water.
He's just living. He's like an animal on the loose.
Awesome pissing scene.
What happened to Miss Campbell? We don't know. She was shot. We don't know what's going on with her. An awesome pissing scene. That's right.
Don't ever underestimate a good urinating scene.
A good piss. So here you see the net that Schnoz-man used to be in. He's now out of the net. You see the empty net. Where is he? So this initially was just going to be the net, and then the several shots of the bottles. Yeah. That's it. And then you see him down. That was all it was. And I was like, that's not good enough, man. So we added in all this other stuff.
Yeah, and the bottles and stuff, that was like one of the shots that I actually did. So, sorry, everyone. And one other thing is you can see the repeating bottles as well.
By did, you mean you actually drank all that, is what he's saying.
No, I'm saying, well
I'm serious.
Again, repeating bottles. I started saving bottles for like, okay, I was too lazy to take out the recycling for like 6 months.
Right.
Well, not that bad, but...
So now we go back and... all right, go ahead.
When we were filming the line of bottles and stuff, and then I just started taking them out and laying them down, putting them around, knocking them over, all that stuff. And you can see like the same three, there's this, like, I forgot what this stupid purple bottle. I forgot what the brand of beer is. I can't see it from this shot, but...
Don't promote beer in this program.
Whatever, but you see the same three bottles in like this every single shot.
We kept using the bottles over and over again.
Yeah, and rubbing alcohol.
And just Pepto-Bismol. There's all kinds of... There's some kind of like car stuff in there, I think. I don't know. If you look through it, you'll see some stuff.
Just never drink rubbing alcohol.
Anyway, you kind of revisit some of the...
drink it.
You revisit some of the former footage. I thought that was cool to put in there. I kind of realized, like, wait a second. I was going to film all this new stuff for this. Like, wait a minute. We have things we've done. You know, and that would be cool for this. So, use this again. OJ's girlfriend did the monologue that I put together. It was very nice of her. And you made that sign that said the League.
The League.
Which we didn't initially have. Now, if you notice, Wonder Woman here, I colored her all yellow.
It's the Wondrous Woman.
Yeah, because I wanted to kind of create a little more difference, like that it's not actually Wonder Woman, it's a totally different character. It's, well, I guess not totally different, but...
But not the one you think you know.
Not the one you think you know. So I thought, at the time when we first did this, I didn't know how to do that. But now I know how to color things. So she wears all yellow because she's the Wondrous Woman, not Wonder Woman. Totally different. Yes.
Right.
Completely different. So. And you get more bottles.
I love the bottle scene because I got to film it.
Because you have to drink
and
the
I
bottles.
Didn't trip over myself.
And there's the pizza box that was in the other episode, I think.
Most likely, yeah.
This is
like the dustpan.
This is in the woods, man.
Midas Touch. That's the one that's repeated a million times.
Here we go with Brian.
And one of those is soda, by the way.
Okay.
All right, enough about that. You want to do an hour on the bottles? Should we just do a bottle show?
I like boiling soda.
Did you redeem the bottles? What's the story with the bottles? Did you get coins?
I took them into the
He's pretty much plugging the...
He's just plugging the beer company. They paid him. He does the
Boylan's
sponsors.
is soda, you jerk.
All right, enough. Anyway, so here's Brian. We had no plans for this dude. We didn't know him. We didn't no plans for this character or anything. One day I get an email. And he says, "John, I love the series. This was probably like 6 months ago. I want to be in the series. I live in Philly. I'll come up, do whatever I got to do. By the way, I'm a pro wrestler. Here's my picture." And this jacked up dude, and with a big smile on his face, I'm like, "We got to figure this out. We got to put him in." And then we got him in. We wrote him into the last one he was in, and then brought him in to this one. Was a big scene, and we went out to this. This is the nature preserve, and it closes at like 5, right?
Yeah.
We got there at like 3:30, and we never met him before. We never discussed really what was going to be happening. So OJ
This still shot right here I love because on the tree where HolePunch is resting, see those 2 little flags right there?
Yes.
It's like the color scheme of HolePunch.
Oh my god, you noticed that.
You never noticed that?
No.
Yeah.
I looked at that because look at HolePunch's logo and those little flags, and he sits down right on that tree.
Right. Yeah, and we're hiding the hole plunge behind me.
Yes.
Really?
Totally.
Somewhere. There it is. So OJ and Brian basically put together a whole choreography, in a short amount of time, which I think was pretty good. And then I never filmed anything like this before, like a fight scene. So we try to keep it simple, try to just stick to our principles, which is basically film stuff a few different ways.
A nice Star Trek fight scene.
Is it Star Trek style?
Honestly?
Yeah, but it's cool, though.
You're right. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
I thought that's what you were going for.
No, I didn't even...
Cam and yeah.
And like the guy always on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The big swings.
Yeah. What I was thinking, though, was like Kyo and Iori's combos from King of Fighters end with someone getting elbowed in the back and knocked to the ground. I'm like, all right, we got to put that in there.
Nice King of Fighters.
I don't know what was going on. I just tried to film it like 3 different ways, put the footage together, and hopefully get something that works. I was really afraid it wasn't going to look good. I mean, it's not perfect, but I think it was better than it had any right to be, honestly, not knowing what we were really doing. But I love this. I love this lines here. Probably one of my favorite things I ever put together. Where you're a hero, aren't you? You just got that look about you.
Yeah, totally.
There's this it's very HolePunch, He's
like
always sees the good in people.
There's a bunch of great moments in this episode alone that really define this series a lot. That's why this episode was so good for me.
OJ coming at him, HolePunch coming at him with the HolePunch. And
then he's just finally like, nope, that's it.
Black and white.
I'm mad as heck, and I'm not going to take it anymore.
I'm sorry, what'd I say? The slow-mos, I'm trying to say. It's in there because it's basically, if you didn't have that, the thing's going to be like 2 minutes. And I wanted to we're trying to learn to get more with what we have. Right.
And also the emphasis of like the hitting and the impacts.
Yeah, right. Me walking backwards, I just did not walk backwards very well.
And I love this part. Prepare to be whole bang does no effect on this gentleman. And then I did a little harmonica guitar thing.
Yeah.
Which I love. I love harmonicas. I don't know if anybody knows that.
Got a harmonica set.
No, huge fan of harmonicas.
Trying to figure out how to play some stuff and, again, trying to just mix it up. And here we go. OJ, you actually punched him there.
Yeah.
He didn't say anything. Listen to how he just is silent. I was waiting for him to say
sold it.
No, he actually punched the dude by accident.
That's what I'm saying.
Very
he
hard.
just took it.
Yeah, he just took it. He didn't give a shit. He didn't give a shit.
Also, we're wearing almost the same shirt.
Yeah, like the Under Armour or whatever, right?
No, it's the Nike Pro Combat shirt.
What is that for? Why do they sell that?
I don't know.
But yeah, you want to talk about how you actually punched him at all?
Like, I swung at him. Like, we did it a bunch of times. At one time, I accidentally clipped his chin a little bit.
And he just
didn't
care.
Oh, this is gonna hurt me.
You sold your stuff pretty decently.
I'm used to head trauma.
This one wasn't so good. The other one was good. This one you're too bracing yourself too much. But I thought it was fun, man. It was fun to do.
Yeah. Oh man, and then the knee. Okay.
Talk about this thing, John.
It's very Star Trek-like.
It is. I didn't even realize that until you said that. But
yeah,
we
really totally did that on purpose, guys.
Pulling out the different gadgets. Some of them don't work, and then eventually one does. It's very... Yeah, you're right. John, talk about this thing.
What, the blood?
No, the whole
Oh,
puck.
sorry. Oh, the hole puck? Yeah, so I built these a long time ago, but we ended up leaving my initial hole pucks at Too Many Games, like, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Like,
You
we
left them
lost
in, like, the
them, so
hotel
I
room.
built
Somebody
new
found
ones.
these weapons, and the
They
maid
sold
found
on
them.
eBay for thousands of dollars.
The maid found, like, weapons of HolePunch in a room.
No, the first ones, man, were they were just hockey pucks with the HolePunch logo painted on.
And HolePunch talks about the hole pucks in episode 3.
Yeah.
When with the Ninja Italians, and he's like, "Oh, should I use my hole puck?" Or blah blah blah. So
Yeah,
I
distracted with
saw
the
it.
hole puck or something. But
Yeah,
in
you
this
finally got to
case,
see
this is Sculpey clay with holes I poked on the side and stuck wires out of, like that. But they're hollow to be made easy to break. So
He crushed that thing. Look at that.
yeah.
Awesome.
It
Yeah,
was
this
cool
is
because
this
you
is a
can't-
Star Trek shot right here. I didn't even know this. That's the
can't really-
Shatner.
You can't really tell that
Look
it
at
was
his
made
face.
to be destroyed, which is I like. Yes, I'm saying that's a Shatner like.
That's a
down on the
Shatner
ground.
like down. I didn't. You know why? Because I was like low budget shit like this. So
And
like
the
that.
blood,
But you-
like the fake blood.
Yeah,
You guys really
sorry.
didn't see that?
I didn't notice until now, dude.
I love
I-
original
I-
series.
I could have sworn that it was like that was what you guys were going for.
We're going for just any way to do it that we could do it. It's not like it's not like we have more options than this.
But you can't call it low budget. You can call it a homage.
Yeah.
Homage to something we had no intention of doing. Yes, John.
It's
I was agreeing with you, but man, he hit me against the tree.
I told him to. Sometimes what I'll do, like for
Rough
like,
you up.
I'll like take an actor aside and I'll be like, listen, you gotta do this to him. He's not gonna. Don't tell him. I'm being serious here because I did to Chap last time. When you see Chap run down the hall that alley and he pushes him against the wall. Because if you tell OJ this, he's gonna get real nervous. He's gonna anticipate it, and he's gonna not want to do it. Or he's gonna flinch before the guy's coming.
So you're
I have to-
Joss Whedon and I'm Nathan Fillion? Is that what you're saying?
I have to try to tell these guys you have to hit them and don't tell them that you're gonna do it.
Dude, Joss Whedon told the dude who made Slither to do that to Nathan Fillion.
So John has no idea what's coming half the time. I feel bad. He's a pro though. He takes it.
I'm
he does it.
sturdy. I can take hits.
This I think we could have done a lot better. I think it's still funny, but when we first planned it out, it was a lot funnier because the whole spray and it's gonna be this thing. It looks like water coming out, and we could have done better. But
That's fine.
And
lot
you
of
can see
times-
the little red nipple too.
a lot of times what happens to us is we get down to these locations, we have a certain amount of people, and we focus so on like every little thing, right? And then it gets time to do the ending part, which is always like the biggest part of the thing, and everyone's like incredibly tired by this point because you've been out there for like 3 hours, right? But then you got to do the important part, and then we always sometimes kind of skimp on that, but it's not terrible. It's okay.
I like it
worked.
because you aimed it perfectly. It's like right at his eye.
Yeah, we only had we tried what, twice?
A couple times.
Like I
maybe.
missed him completely once. That was great.
And somewhere in this forest, I'm receiving Lyme's disease as this is being filmed. This is where I got it. This is where I got the Lyme's. This is, I don't know. We tried our best. It's supposed to be like the ground opens up.
Yeah, and that's the sound of Jeff's car keys.
That's the kind of thing if we had more expertise, a little more cash, we'd do something different than that. Maybe have HolePunch going down like a chute. That's what I envisioned, like he's going down like a chute.
Yeah.
Like a slide, and he's like, trying to stop himself, but he can't, and then he lands in boxes at the bottom. You know what I'm talking about.
Well, as opposed to what I actually did was hurl myself down the hill.
This is where we talked about on the show a while ago where OJ
Yeah.
fell down a hill because I told him, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to slink down, and then you're going to get out of the shot. Which is what he did here, like, put your head down. That's all he had to do. But what he did instead, for some reason, though we discussed it, I don't know, he just ran randomly to the right, and there's like a cliff, and he fell and he rolled down this whole cliff,
There's rocks. I've started trying to grab trees on the way down, and I couldn't hold
and
on.
I thought he was dead. And then I just said, why the hell did you do this? And had he actually
should've
gotten
filmed
hurt,
that.
we would have been screwed if he had actually gotten hurt because we were in the nature preserve. Well, after it had
after
closed,
hours. Yeah.
there's no one
wow.
there. We weren't supposed to be there, and it was an interesting situation. But OJ's still here. We're happy for that.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I missed the rocks barely. I don't know how.
So here's one of those situations where I tried to just like scare you with something, almost like something jumping at you that you didn't expect. And even though this is like the weirdest thing, the most frightening, the scariest thing, it's sick, it's twisted.
Just
It was
the
actually
toilet.
no the actual footage of Chap, but it was actually the most fun we had filming this. This was done at my place.
Oh, this was great.
OJ and Chap cam. And we were just dying of laughter the entire time we were putting this together. And Sturm, you made these things. Why don't you talk about that?
Yeah, the newspaper stuff. I pretty much got a stock newspaper, blurred out all the other stuff, and you pretty much told me, use this picture, you know, kind of monochrome and make it black and white, and use this text. And the whole time I'm doing it, I have no context of when it's going to be used or how it's going to be used. So if you look at these, it's like, oh, blue nose boy,
You're like, huh?
And tween destroys bathroom. I'm like, what? Acidic
I remember, you know what I
bowel.
remember? When I told you this one, you were like, what's a tween?
Yeah, I said, what the hell is it?
Yes, what's a tween? I don't know.
I had to Google it. Because I'm like,
11 or
what?
12-year-old, right?
Yeah, but I said, isn't that a preteen?
Yes. Also,
Yeah, but they got rid of that now. That was just tween.
too many
Yeah,
syllables.
but it's just these titles and the pictures, like, completely out of context. If I'm making them, you know, of course I don't want to know exactly why they're being made, but when John like requests them, they're very weird, but very fun to
You
do.
just go, I'll just do it for this lunatic.
No, I mean,
The way
fun
that
to
we
do.
filmed this, we
Oh,
actually
boy.
have the lighting behind him. That's our actual lighting system that we use usually on the other
Yeah.
side. But we actually just put it behind him, made like a wall of lights, and then just had him go in front of it. And he brought this entire costume himself.
Yeah, you can't see. His hat says
Oh,
the
we're gonna get
big
to that.
idea.
The-
Oh,
I really like this because it's so strange, and as I was watching it, I could have sworn, like, am I still watching the
Right.
video? Like, what the
Yes.
hell is this?
Yeah.
It's
did I
so, like,
misclick?
all I can think of is Dr. Wily.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
That's all I can think about, but it's
Well-
cool, and I don't know what the hell this is.
All right, this is actual.
Freaks me the fuck out.
This is an actual sinus
Oh,
surgery.
you had to pause it there?
And I actually watched like three
Right.
different. I actually watched like 3 different surgeries on the sinus.
Oh, Jesus.
One of them, this guy had a situation where like the mucus was building and it wouldn't like release, so they go in with these like things and they puncture it and it all comes out and they drained it. And I watched this shit.
Where did you see this?
Well, it's on YouTube.
Really?
So I took a little bit of this. This is an actual sinus thing, and I put a little bit, blurred it out a little bit, you know.
Yeah, when I saw, even just looking at the blurred version, you're like, what the fuck?
As you see here, this is the phone. This is actually my family's phone from like the 90s. So we actually used before there were cell phones and whatnot.
And that's
awesome
one of the
phone.
dead bulbs from,
From the lighting system.
yeah.
That's an actual bulb. And then behind the phone is actually the script. I
It
believe.
looks like the Batman phone.
Yeah, except it's not red, yeah.
The big red button.
And the phone number there is another Easter egg. I don't know if people picked up on that. You do your own research and figure that out.
8675.
And this was like amazing, dude.
I was looking.
He came with this entire costume, and he had like a suitcase almost. And he opens it up, like, what the hell's in there? He's got the wig, okay. And then he pulls out this hat that has a freaking light bulb on it. And he's like, you don't want to use this. I'm like, yes, I do.
We had to find batteries for it, though.
But
It's funny because
it's so
the,
weird.
the hat with the light bulb, it's so simple, it's so silly, but it still looks like what a madman would be using.
Who else would wear that but a complete
Exactly, but
lunatic?
It's so cool because it's so cartoonish, you know. Like, think of a madman, he's wearing something silly like that, like, you know, some type of Doc Brown stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, it takes the creepiness factor down a bit, but then brings it back up a little bit because it's like,
Because
man, that's kind of. Yeah.
It's still creepy because he's serious about it. That's why it's creepy.
Yeah, but when I first put this together, I was like, what the hell, man? This is bizarre. And I showed it to him, and he didn't really know what to make of it. But I'm like, it's going in.
But it's supposed to be bizarre now.
I think it turned out a lot
It's
weirder than we ever thought.
Supposed to be like enigmatic, like you're not supposed to really.
And it's also kind of like memories of Schnoz-man. You're kind of in Schnoz-man's head, you know. And he's
Bad memories
remembering.
at that.
Yeah, he's remembering these various things. That's what's supposed to be, like the Wondrous Woman and this and
It's
that.
not supposed to be positive.
Right. Yeah, this is more of the footage I got from the sinus operation, where they're showing like X-rays of the dude. This is the dude that had the built-up mucus. They're showing it right there. It's very interesting.
That's what I was looking at. Like, what the hell is, like, seriously, it looks like a lemur.
It's just meat. The only other thing to say about this, we had a lot of fun. There's a lot of things that we didn't put in.
Schnauzer!
He's actually of German descent, and he used to speak German, but now I guess he doesn't really remember a lot of it. It's more from when he was a kid, with his family. So a lot of the things we had to look up on like Google Translate, which probably is inaccurate. If any of you guys are German, you probably let us know. A lot of maybe some of the pronunciations suck.
Oh, also, quick thing, the mask that he's wearing over his face is a tricell mask.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. You can't make it out though.
But this is why I really enjoy watching like Chap's stuff, because even though his face was never shown, well, who was it? Was Chap?
Yeah, it was Chap.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you don't even know. You don't even know who it was. That's how good it was.
Even though his face is never shown, he does such a good job with his the voice and the mannerisms, his body language.
Yeah.
Of what kind of character he is, even though no facial expressions whatsoever, just his hands and just, his jittering and his voice. It's just so good.
They melted Franz.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with that. There was a lot of scenes that didn't make it in. There was stuff where he was just riffing and he was talking about like how the blue nose melted Hansel. Yeah, Hansel.
Yeah.
He melted Hansel, like shit like that.
He shouts it in German, then he asks for like a janitor and a nurse.
There's one where it was so funny. We'll probably play it at some point. But he was like talking about the blue nose. Like the blue nose, oh, he covered me in goo. It was just the way he said it was so funny. He's like, he covered me in goo.
Oh, he said it in German. Like it's in German.
Yeah.
Like, covered in goo.
Yeah. It was pretty funny.
It's cool because it makes you want to know more about Schnoz-man and what the hell really that means.
Yeah, that's a lot of things that like people were.
It's the intrigue.
People would always say like, "There's not enough Schnoz-man. We need to know more." Now you have a pretty clear backstory. Basically, the thing is like when he was a kid, he couldn't control the power. Like the power still causes him pain, and at times he can't control it.
Can you pause it for a quick second or
yes.
something? So some of these appliances are the same ones that were stolen by the Ninja Italians.
Yeah, so it all kind of fits in. So
like the ice cream maker, definitely.
Yeah.
And the HolePunch was totally there the whole time.
Yeah, it's basically Schnoz-man. As a kid, he had no control over it. He would just come out and would destroy things. His family, supposedly, or maybe they did, gave him to this scientist, and they tortured him and did whatever they were doing. And then he broke out, tried to be a hero, got into the league, they screwed him, and now he is who he is,
They literally screwed him.
They literally screwed him.
Yeah.
I love that. I love when he says like, you had when Raposa tells him like, what would the wondrous woman would do with you? And you're like, she raped me. I was raped. Like
that was a tough line to do, man.
That was.
But he keeps saying like, I was raped. Like he just insists that it was not consensual whatsoever.
I mean, it's a really tough subject though. Oh gosh.
It is. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I'm real proud of this shot. Like we didn't even plan this, but
I love this whole scene.
Just the way that it pans over. I'm just holding the camera here. And you see him, he's kind of out of focus, and we'll let OJ talk about this. This was his project. It took many weeks to do.
Yeah,
4 seconds. Look at Jeff. Jeff's crazy, dude. Okay, let's try to...
He's amazing.
All right, what do we got going on here, John?
All right, well, first of all, Jeff did the makeup to make me all bloody. And,
yeah, Carl was his name.
Yeah. Sorry, Carl. Uncle Yo.
He actually did the makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we ended up, so Carol Ann told me she had found a video for how to do a what's the word? Not a squeegee, a squib for having blood for doing for faking getting shot. And so she went down. One time she was going back from a convention, found some of the materials we needed, and we ended up getting. That's a condom in there, and model rocket igniter,
a non-lubricated condom.
Yep.
Some other stuff.
And a ton of fake blood.
Filled with the blood, and then basically in this this little cubby hole to the left here, OJ's girlfriend's in there, and he's wired to this device that's going through his entire all these wires, and she's in there with almost like a the Wile E. Coyote type thing, like a dynamite presser, and then it's like, okay, action, and then she did like she counted to 5 or whatever, and she just hit it, and then it just blows up.
Dude, I could have sworn when we talked about this, I told you I could have sworn that CGI, like the explosion.
That was the first time we did like an actual real special effect, like
like some type of special effect. I was like, dude, that looks so good. I could have sworn that it's like some type of CGI.
And that 5 seconds took probably, well, first of all, it took that entire day to do it.
Yeah.
Well, you guys planned this out for quite some time.
But it was done
really.
it was done so well in the right context, used perfectly.
One of the things I want to bring up is here's Jeff. You don't see Jeff for this is about 20 minutes into the episode. You don't see him at all until now for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then he just kind of dominates the rest of it.
The first time you see him, and look what he does.
Right.
I mean,
first
this
time
is
you
the important. Yeah.
I mean, me and OJ talked about this. How as soon as HolePunch comes out, he just shoots him right away.
Yeah, because because originally he's going to be this hardcore, like a little bit like Dr. Evil's son. You're doing it wrong. Just shoot him. I have a gun. I'll get it right now. We can kill him right now. That sort of thing. Like Jeff was going to be doing the villain stuff right. And here he is. HolePunch walks in, wastes no time, shot.
That's what I was talking to John about. Like when people bring up the subject of like the Joker. And people say, "Well, yeah, he is a human. Why don't people just shoot him down?
Yeah,
like just go take a gun and shoot him in the head."
Yeah,
and that's exactly what happened here. Like he just gets how do you stop HolePunch? He found him, got the gun, and just shot him.
Well, this is the character. It says a lot about the character. He's
straightforward.
He's just that much of a dick.
Yeah,
there's really nothing good left. He's just completely insane.
Something else that I brought up that I really liked.
Yeah,
that I really liked is that he shot first. And then did his monologue.
Yeah,
like the villains would just talk first and then take the action later. No, he wanted you to sit down and listen to him shoot, and then now I can talk.
Shocking moment.
Yeah, but, honestly, I've played D&D enough times where we keep killing the villains before they get to do their monologues.
Yeah,
like the guy shows up like shoot him, and we just fight him down, and then he's like, "I'm gonna tell you what happened." Well, we can ask his corpse. We have a scroll.
Also, the episode, pretty much the episode and the entire series just took a turn because, like, the way that I constructed it is you start off with a very campy, very almost silliness with the HolePunch and the Ninja Italians running around the woods, and then just slowly gets darker and darker as you go until it's just like the darkest thing you've ever seen. That was kind of like
until somebody gets shot point blank.
Right. So that was kind of the intention of it, just kind of slowly just descending into the depths with this,
Yeah, we really wanted it to be very surprising and shocking, and like we wanted people to get attached to HolePunch, and then just he walks in there, bam.
Yeah, the whole intention of every other episode was just to get you to like HolePunch and want him to succeed and want him to win. And
even though he was kind of an a-hole,
you're on that roller coaster with him where we bring him up a little bit. We found the cookies, like he's going to stop the Ninja Italians. No, and then you kind of bring him down. Is he going to get into the league? No, he doesn't. Like he's up and down. And you just wanted to see him like achieve in the end.
I love how Jeff just waved at the traffic right there.
yeah.
How much you want to bet that they were like, "What the hell is this guy?"
All right, this is all you, Jeff's Dream Garden. All this stuff you stuck on here looks awesome.
Yeah. I gotta say one thing. Just the timing was perfect that we started to film that right in the spring. The dogwood trees were just everywhere.
All right, let's talk about this. These two girls.
Oh, this was great.
So we're filming this thing. It's supposed to be just him in front of the place with the papers, blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden, this car stops. And I'm like, oh, shit. Somebody's mad at us for doing this. Well, it's just these girls. It's these random girls, and they go, what are you guys doing? And I go, we're making an adult movie.
They drove up?
They just drove up.
Wow. I thought they were walking by.
So I go, no, they drove in a car.
Their car.
So I go, we're making an adult movie. And they go, what? I go, we're making an adult movie. And they go, huh? So I go, no, we're making.
And then they see OJ back there with the fucking costume. We're making an adult movie.
No, so I go, no, we're making a show. Do you want to be in it? And they go, okay. And they just got to be in it, and we don't even know who the hell they are or anything. Yeah. I don't know if they ever saw this or anything. I don't know if they. I have no idea.
Did we give them a card?
We did, but I never heard anything. I don't know. I have no idea. But, talk about the art and stuff, dude. That you
yeah, this one. I don't know if this is the final one that I gave you, because we made like a bunch of revisions.
We did this one like 100 times.
Yeah, so I don't know if this is the one that I gave you, but I tried really hard to get the shading right to make it look like the rest of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the final one, because the flowers, to me, I'm a big, I'm my own worst critic, So when I see like the flowers are a little bit too bright for the shot, I'm just like, man, I don't even know if was that the last one? Was that the final revision I gave them? Because I don't like that. But it still came up great. This is my favorite one. I usually
ask you for like 20 different things, and then I pick one. I don't even know if that's the final one or not, but I like the one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't know if that was the last one that I sent you, but this is my favorite one, the Out of Business, because it's so, the board is right there, bam, out of business.
Yeah.
And it almost looks like the bank came and just fucked up his whole store just to really rub it in.
Tore off his
Like,
nose.
there's-
Rip the shit right
really-
off.
You really are out of business because we're just gonna destroy this.
Yeah. The song that I played during that is a version of the Jeff Reagan song from the last episode. So it's like the same chords and stuff. So it's supposed to be like a play off of that. Yeah, John.
One thing about so we filmed the part with me having been shot afterward. We filmed everything but the shooting. And then we filmed the rest of the Jeff scene like months before we did the actual shooting.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there covering the wound with my cape, ostensibly to staunch the wound, but it's actually because I haven't gotten shot yet.
Yeah, and OJ had the smart idea of I'll put the cape over the wound because I was like that was a problem. Like what are we gonna have there? Like what's it gonna be? But,
I actually like that better because I don't know. I mean, I've never been shot, so I don't know whoever hasn't been shot.
No, you haven't.
You tend to, not that I know
We
of.
tried with that alley.
You tend to try to cover the wound and try to like protect it as much as possible because you just got shot. So it looks really cool when I saw that. Of course, me not knowing the time that you guys shot this, when I saw that, I just thought to myself, he's covering the wound with his hand and the cape, to protect it the most.
It was a great idea because then if it's like you see the wound, then you gotta like okay, more blood comes at this point, and then you gotta do that. It's like so it was just really saved a lot of time.
The message was already delivered. You didn't have to like have blood gushing.
Right.
Yeah, we didn't want it to be gruesome.
Plus, we don't even know how to do half that stuff we just described.
This stuff. Okay, the progression of HolePunch slowly driving Jeff insane.
This was very much like you guys. I just put the camera on, and I said, "You guys do what you want to do," and you guys came up with all this stuff on the fly.
I'm trying to be like, he bashed me in the head with this flashlight. It really hurt.
Yeah, it's like he's coming home talking about what happened to him that day, and it's always like these terrible things.
Does this look infected?
I almost saw this like a nagging wife.
Yeah, basically.
Like as soon as like Reagan comes home and he's like playing games, he's trying to chill out, and this fucking guy just comes and look what happened, and look at this and look at that.
Right, and this one he's got the picture of his parents. He's always crying about it.
Yeah, this is hilarious.
I note the terrible costume.
And what's funny about it to me is like Jeff is having his own problems, but HolePunch doesn't even realize this or see it because he's so consumed with his own things that he's like oblivious to this.
Or it affects Jeff more because he has his own problems, and here comes HolePunch stacking his stuff on top of him.
Right, there's probably times where he like would talk to him and try to help him, but then it's just every day. Every day this is going on.
But the reason I really like this is because previously all you know is that they were best friend, buddy roommates. You never really knew what was going on.
Why did he turn?
HolePunch is an unreliable narrator.
Yeah, well, HolePunch is part of the problem, but it's also other factors as well. The place went down, and
this is just a badass part where he just
this is great, dude. This is this.
I mean, no homo, but when he just strips himself and just takes off all the clothes and just says "fuck this," and then this part of him going crazy.
Yeah, he basically just held the camera in his hands.
That's great.
And he just ran around for probably 5 minutes. I used maybe 5 seconds of it. But there's a lot of stuff like that where it's like 10 minutes of something, maybe 5 seconds. That's great.
It's really well done of him just going crazy.
With the clouds, too.
He seems like he practiced this or something before, like he's done this before.
No comment.
And then the song that I used is a song from my old collection of songs from like way back.
Like right here, when he just takes off his shirt in the middle of the street, that's just... If you ever see that in real life, you know that there's something going on with that guy. It's like this guy is just out of it.
He just had a complete
his arms.
We've all been in that position where like things aren't going well. You feel like you're a loser, maybe, and you don't have.
You just feel like
you snap.
He's just letting off. Like,
and the series is really about a lot of ways. It's about like the past and things that have happened to you, how you deal with that, how you
or how the past morphs you into who you are in the future.
Right. How you're not happy with who you are. Maybe you
make up for it, or
you're trying to be something you're not.
that you've always wanted to be. Yeah.
Right. Or you don't really know who you're supposed to be at all. It's all that kind of stuff.
I want to say I like that prior shot. No pun intended. But where Jeff is just sitting next to HolePunch like they're friends.
Yeah. Awesome.
And they're looking, and they have that look. They look at each other for that split second, like,
This right here, I'm going for like a Stalin, like shooting from below, like up. It's almost like a Stalin type of thing, or like a like the dictator,
I almost thought of it like a mercy killing, like now I'm done talking to you, and you've served your purpose of listening to my frustrations with you. Okay, now I'm done with you.
I wanted this to be kind of like this iconic thing with these two characters to get like together. It's just A lot of it's like they're both on the show and the screen at the same time, and it's long. It's pretty. I think it's like 12 minutes that they talk.
Yeah, it goes on for a long time.
I like this kind of stuff. It's not really done anymore. I like to see dialogue and characters talking and the interaction and the different emotions and things. And that's what I like. That's why we did it. You know.
The reason I like what you said, you know, a lot of people don't do this anymore, dialogue, because for some reason people think it's boring.
Right.
But in real life, these guys wouldn't have some crazy Hollywood action scene.
Right.
What would you do if you had real grievances with somebody? You would talk to them.
You're gonna talk for at least 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, dude, you would air all your grievances, especially a character like Jeff, who he's been holding this inside for so long, and he finally has HolePunch. HolePunch can't do anything, and he just lets it all out.
Right.
And lets him know everything.
There's a lot of stuff that's accomplished with this too. I mean, it was a huge task, because basically he's explaining why he hates HolePunch now. He's explaining why he joined the Epic Mail, like what happened to him, why the League won't just go out and stop him. There's like several different things.
Yeah,
where he's going next. So all that was accomplished.
This makes me wonder why I don't have a finger ring like that.
Where do you get something like that?
Like, seriously.
I don't know. I think it's his girlfriend's.
He brought this whole thing. He came up with the whole costume.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And OJ's just got
I love him.
Insane makeup.
I love him humping the chair.
Yeah,
he's really good with like any kind of physical thing. Like he
just shot this guy, and he's like pretty much doing what he's been wanting to do, and then he's doing all these weird sexual innuendo stuff.
Yeah, he's completely out of his mind.
It's hilarious.
It's completely insane.
How lightly he takes it.
Though honestly, I think that HolePunch really would have been like, I don't know how much blood he's lost at this point. Like, he should barely be able to move.
This guy is like nearly dead. It's fun though.
But he's so obsessed. He's insane.
He doesn't care.
He wants to be whatever he thinks he is now, or whatever. The power, the addiction to the power that he has now, or he thinks he has. This is back at the office here.
Nope.
And we added in some stuff for Mr. Sturmgeist here. Did it? We have one sign for the Ninja Italians, telling them to go left is for Ninja Italian, and then right is for the Epic employees. I assume what's going on here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys noticed it, but is that the camera in the little thing?
What?
Well, in
the little circle on the left.
Yes.
What is
maybe
that?
I don't know. Could be.
Because like you said, you give me the still images. So when I got this image, I looked at that like, what is that?
I don't know. It could be anything in that place. All kinds of shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what? We actually did this in the garage too. There's a whole other deleted thing that was different. We had her in the garage talking to him on the phone. It was a little different dialogue, but then I didn't like how it sounded. So we just did it here, and it looks a lot better.
I don't know if you guys arranged it, because I'm a huge like little detail. I pay attention to a lot of little stuff. Yeah. But the arrangement of things on Jeff Reagan's desk is just awesome.
We have like
to me.
photos of it, and we have like
the styling gel, dude.
Yeah,
we always have to make sure that it's always in the same spot.
Yeah, and what he tried to do with the styling gel in the other episode.
Yeah, that's what makes me laugh.
Yeah, and he's got to have like 3 guns, because he always leaves one on the table, and
he wasn't happy with that.
There's always one on him.
Yeah,
he wasn't happy with that styling gel there. Remember, it's like,
yeah, it's so gross.
But this is exactly what happened. You guys were like, "That's gross." Like, why? It's just you just wash your hands afterwards. It's not like it's like, I don't know. I didn't get why you guys were so upset.
The styling gel.
So, a couple times, like he would hit him with the other side of the plunger. I'm like, no, you can't do that, because that does something. So you have to only hit him with the handle.
Yeah, so he shoves my head against the wall instead.
Yeah, he took a beat. This was actually, we did this later. We didn't have enough shots. I basically would always go to HolePunch when he was moving. Then he would go to his spot, but we didn't have this part, so we added this in a little bit later on. And
you can tell because there's
There's OJ's cards.
Yeah, I'm just laying there like.
One of the things I want to say, I forgot from earlier, because he's going to say his line. Like, every character has like a set phrase that they always repeat. Like HolePunch, of course. For I'm HolePunch, I punch holes. And Jeff talks about the managers. In this world, there are those who are managers, right? Raposa's got his thing. He always says,
"Slices the
I slice the ball." So we had Schnoz-man come out, and Raposa does his entrance. It's like, what does Schnoz-man say? And this guy just doesn't give a shit, right?
What does the schnoz say?
So he says, wow, I'm Schnoz-man. Fuck you. That's his thing, you know.
It has no other meaning.
He's not going to come up with some elaborate thing to say. Like, he's just going to say what he wants to say. So
HolePunch trying to get up. I don't know. I don't even know if he could move at this point, really. He's been clocked in the back of the head. He's been glocked in the chest.
This is the best scene we ever did. Like, it's quite good, I think. It was tough, man. It was a tough day of doing it. It was tough to edit it. It was just a mountain. I mean, that's like 12, 13 minutes of stuff right there. And then again, just so callous, just doesn't care. You know. And
yeah, right there, I almost thought that he was gonna like show some type of.
It's nothing.
So when he took off the glasses, I could have sworn there was gonna be some type of like a regret or kind of like a goodbye or whatever, but no.
Tough gig.
Yeah.
Very messy.
It's just the way he said it. I could have sworn it was gonna be like a final, like a goodbye or something.
Right.
Well, yeah. Well, we got lucky though.
What is it, like hot sauce?
No, it's more fake blood, but we got lucky because there was a mop right outside this room. Like,
that's another thing you got to bring up. Again, like that's the basement of OJ's building. It's open to the public. It's an actual storage for anyone that has an apartment, and anyone could walk in at any time, including last time we had people in their underwear. This time when we have blood, we have all kinds of things going on, people yelling. And you know what else I want to bring up? There was one of the apartments, like there's apartments right above that, and somebody had a dog, and the dog could like hear us, I guess, so he was digging. Like you would hear him like digging against the wall because he heard us down there and he was barking. But here's OJ with the top of the rock I was talking about earlier, how he's like to put that in because he was pissed off that I made him go up there. So he
can make the most out of it.
Yeah, so like I really somebody used it like 4 or 5 times just to.
That's an iconic shot.
Yeah,
I think so.
Too bad that suit like disintegrated.
And here we go back to this. Schnoz-man delivering his
line. I finally
line.
found that photo.
Delivering his line about how there's just no point. There's no point to any of this.
I'd like to point out that, I mean, I don't know if I said this before in the past, that OJ, I know those are like your belongings, OJ, but it really does drive home all the shit that Schnoz-man, I mean, not Schnoz-man, the HolePunch likes to do other than superhero stuff.
Right.
Like all the video game stuff and the Dungeons and Dragons stuff in the background, like it's full of that stuff.
Right.
It's part of the character.
Yeah, we never really talk about it, but it's there. It like adds to the character. Yeah,
essentially making OJ himself a part of.
It kind of rounds out the character a little bit.
I think so.
And if you just if you just have something in the background, it says a lot than just going like, oh, we have to talk about every little thing.
Like whenever he found out where the Ninja Italians were in the beginning, and there's like that Team Fortress 2 guy right there as he's being all serious about the monologue. Like, apparently HolePunch likes Team Fortress.
Oh yeah, who doesn't? It's free, so we can afford
Fortress. So here's the thing, with this we tried to make it so you didn't know who the hell Jeff was talking to. But if you look carefully, there's the net. So the net is what he used on Schnoz-man, so it's kind of an indication, but it's so fast I tried not to put it in there too long. And also, that's why Jeff knows who it is, because Jeff used to live in Stanford and he knows Raposa, because Raposa is like the most famous guy.
Knows the MO.
And Raposa uses this net, apparently, many, many times in the newspapers, on the news. So he knows who it is, but I was trying to make it so the viewer didn't really know. And like, did you know when you watched it, Mr. Sturmgeist, who he was talking to?
That the net would...
that he was talking to Raposa.
I didn't know that Jeff would know. I just thought that he thought, well, these Ninja Italians are my bodyguard people, and they were all taking out.
Okay, so you thought maybe he was just talking to anyone you didn't know.
Talking to somebody who was obviously threatening, like a force to be reckoned with.
Right.
This was also where we got attacked by bees.
I screwed up. I hit the thing. Yeah, there wasn't really a bee attack. OJ thinks there was. There were bees, but
there was a beehive on the ground or something, and Carl's just like, "You need to go that way right now." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, there was like
there's bees. And
there was like bees flying, but they didn't. I just stood there. They didn't bother me. They're okay.
That's what I'm saying. Bees are one thing, and attack it's another.
It was not a bee attack. No, there were bees, but it wasn't.
I have to say this. Like I'll say it right now. This monologue that Jeff does right here.
Yeah.
Without him knowing, without him seeing anybody.
Mm-hmm.
that's easily like, it's just in my personal opinion, that's my favorite scene of the whole series.
Really?
Yeah,
I caught probably a couple minutes out of it.
I really liked it because it was Jeff pretty much like looking. I love the way he looked around because he did the monologue, but he wasn't directing it at one person.
He doesn't know he doesn't know where the dude is.
Yeah, he's looking around.
He knows someone's there.
But he's giving them his best pitch of safety. He's like, I can give you whatever you want. Aren't you tired of doing this and that and living your life normally? He was just like, he was giving his best pitch to save his life pretty much.
Right.
To something that, is not visible to him. So he's looking around. I don't know why. I just really like that.
I just want to bring this up here. One of the little Easter eggs is a couple in the episode. But here's that symbol. You can see it barely. I stuck it in there. Probably no one noticed it. It was really quick. But that symbol that's been in several of the episodes before.
I've noticed them.
Okay. This was me and Carl in the woods. Basically, that was just us. And it was a mountain of text. He did a great job. Did it a bunch of times.
The delivery. The
delivery's great. He really knew what he wanted to do. He would he was like, I want to put this here. I'm going to move like this. And I was like, whatever you want, man.
Like I said, his body language, the shifting eyes.
He moves around really well. Like he's just the physical.
That's the stuff that awesome. That's the stuff that I like. That I love body language.
And he's kind of he's playing it like he's kind of afraid, but at the same time he's being confident.
He knows what's going to happen.
And you can tell he's kind of up to something. You can tell he's kind of being he's shysting somehow.
And you can see when he narrows his eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he's pitching his, his idea of how the outcome would be,
Right.
Like this doesn't have to end by you kicking my ass.
I will give you so much more than that.
Yeah, that's what I really like. The way he's looking around because he doesn't know exactly where he needs to direct his voice.
And it's almost like because he just shot HolePunch, but this dude, he's not trying to shoot him. He's trying to get him on his side, right?
Because he knows he's obviously a more
right. He's a piece that he could use. So. But, back at that nature center, went there like 100 times.
Oh, I love that place. Ooh, I probably have to give them more membership money now.
All right, here's Sturm comes into play here with this truck.
Oh.
It's a random truck that I just saw again.
I thought you were going to say I was in the episode. Like, what the?
You were in this truck,
really?
Yes. TheEpicMail.com is actually a URL that we own, and we'll probably do something with it eventually. But that is it is an actual real thing that we own. And you put that on the truck there. Was that fun?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very.
That's all you got to say.
You told me, how many times did you make me change the text on the truck?
Well, first we had a phone number on it. Then we had the text wasn't big enough or something.
But then you asked me for just the phone number, and then you said, never mind, just do just the website.
I was like, take the phone number off completely. So there's a lot that goes on in my mind. And there's a lot of indecision sometimes. It's a lot of do it 500 different ways. But, I don't know. I really try to make sure everything's perfect, or as close as I could get, as good as I could possibly get it out. That's my goal,
Mm-hmm.
So when I go to sleep that night, I know I tried my best.
You did what you could.
Because I'll keep me up all night if that truck is wrong. I will be up all the entire night.
You're up all night.
I'll be sending OJ emails. This thing is ruined.
Worse.
He knows. God knows.
Even worse, when you release the episode, you'll know that's not what you wanted.
You know what happens is every time you watch that part in the back of your mind, you go,
it's going to kill you.
But honestly, with this, there's nothing. In a lot of them, there's nothing that it's it's all good. So this place, a few episodes back, we showed was a Borders was out of business. This was the Borders that they rebuilt it, and now it's a grocery store. They've done it in like a week. It was crazy.
The one near me turned into Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's. That's what I'm talking about. This is the building. Right?
Yeah.
How did you
remember?
do this?
I'm 6 seconds behind you. We were showing a previous clip.
How'd you do this with this underneath this chain link fence here? How did you put the thing in there?
This was funny. You remember when I told you that I really want to make a video of what the process is for some of this stuff?
Yeah.
Not a whole video, but maybe a quick, a very fast, a sped up video.
Yeah.
What I did here, I wanted it to cover the entire tanned area, right?
Okay.
And I said, if you could pause it there.
I'm already past it.
Oh, you already past it? Yeah, I was going to say if you could pause it. I wanted it to be behind the chain link fence. I couldn't just paste it on in front. That would have just looked horrible. I pretty much went to Google and I looked up a transparent file for a chain link fence.
Wow.
And I grabbed that and I pretty much minimized it to the point where it connects with the rest of the chain links.
Wow.
And I even colored it like the other chain links, because the chain link that I got, the transparent file, was brighter than that link than the one in the picture, so I darkened it. And then I put that over the Epic Mail logo, and that's how it's like one thing on top of another. So it's like layers, multiple layers of chain link fences for not just that logo, but the stuff around it too. But it ends up coming out pretty fun. But it's pretty fun to do it, and it comes out looking very good.
Yeah, it was definitely awesome. How about the Epic Burger? This was across the street from that place where I was at.
That was amazing.
Turned the camera around and
it looks cool because of all the things moving around it.
yeah.
So it really makes it look like a shot. Yeah, the smoke is cool.
2 for 3, the Egg McMuffins. Pretty good. That was actually Burger King.
McMuffin.
I don't know. It was whatever Burger King has. I don't know.
Yeah. I remember I told you.
Hello? Anyone? Is anyone there?
I'm here.
Is he gone? Oh,
you hear me?
Oh, you're back. He's back. Okay.
You hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It was funny because the original thing you told me to put on that Epic Burger was something not as good. I think you said, I want this to be Epic King.
No, you know, because
Something like
it said Burger King, so I just wanted to, I was like, just take the burger and put Epic.
Or yeah, then you
like,
said
no,
like
no.
a burger mail or something like that.
Oh yeah, you're the one that.
Mail burger. That
You were the-
sounds.
No, you're right. You're right. It was supposed to
That's
be
what I said.
Epic. Yeah, it was Epic King, is what I said.
And then I said, why don't you just call it Epic Burger?
I was like, oh yeah, it's a lot better.
Kind of like Krusty Burger, you know? It's like a bootleg, like McDonald's type
I was like,
thing.
yeah,
You're like,
that's
that's
much-
better. Do that. Epic King, like that just
sometimes,
sounds.
sometimes I need some help, you know.
And then I said, isn't there something better? And
I was
that's when you
just-
came up with mail burger or something stupid like that.
No, it was that was Epic King, I think, is what I had.
It was funny.
This was great, man. Had Andre out there, and these guys did this like 3 times, and I was dying.
I love when he
man.
walks up.
And Andre's awesome too. Look at that, man. Look at how he's moving around.
The smile,
And
the
he-
laugh.
He nods his head like a total dick, you know. And then you see everyone dead. They laughed. I think I combined 2 different laugh takes into one long one. That's what that was. But then there's a little loud joke. They improv'd. It's like, you crushed all my ninjas, dude.
Yeah.
And then Raphos is like, oh, thank you. Yes, thank you.
It's funny because Jeff doesn't care. He's like, dude, you got them all.
Yeah, he doesn't care about anybody himself. You know, and then this, I really want people to think that's it. So you got the end. You have the upside down text. And then Museus made this, basically the theme song. He turned it into a...
The depressing version.
well, he made like a church organ, like a funeral. That's what I told him, and he just did it. I gave him all the notes and everything, and then he put it together. And then I tried this a few different times. That's my voice. OJ heard one that was really weird. Right, John? Do you want to describe
this one
it?
came out a lot better.
There was one
This
where
one
like,
isn't weird.
this one is weird, but there's one that had like a very high-pitched voice and the low one together. It sounded
Like Exorcist.
it was like demons almost. Like it was a
yeah,
choir.
like the Exorcist echo.
Yeah, it was a choir of demons, and I was like, well, it's way over the top, I think, for this. You know, so I just then I tried it like a church minister almost, like a little bit of like a thing going there. If evil was it, like that, like a, I don't know, whatever.
No, I know what you mean. Like what's that called?
Like a minister or something.
Reverend,
A
pastor,
reverend, there you go,
minister.
But I don't know. I settled
Preacher.
on this. It's basically I just said it, and then
Like a eulogy. That's the word I'm looking for.
yeah, lowered the octaves a little bit, and the villains win. There you
Yeah,
go.
everything in the montages, the villains like celebrating or doing something where they win.
When it says rest in peace, it's always someone laughing. Like he laughs,
Yeah.
and here's the next one.
I really love
This kind of stuff's fun to do.
When he just took the money of the signature.
I love when you get to do something like totally different. Yeah, he takes the money, writes in her head. Like,
Yeah. And he still laughs.
And then this part is there's actual like words to this, but it's backwards, like a Beatles album or something. People said it was
Yeah.
satanic.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically there is a message in there. I don't know if you can possibly like scramble it. I don't know. You have to play it, reverse it, or something. It's not really that interesting if you do it. It's just not, I'm not going to tell you what it is. That's what it was.
Give me all your stuff. Give me all your stuff.
That's not what it is, John. That's what you tell me.
True.
You don't say it backwards, you say it frontwards every time. Because you're a lunatic.
I really did think, and I told John, I said, the honest question is, was this the last episode?
That would be so mean.
Because I was like, dude, you would do this. You would pull some Andy Kaufman type stuff.
That's
and
an
just
Andy
say,
Kaufman movie.
This is it. That's it.
Well, the thing is, like...
They die.
Well, I talked to you about that. Like, to do that, you'd have to have some balls to do that, man. Because you do all these different episodes, all the time I put into it, just for the
investment
end.
Of time.
Just for the end to be, they lose, and there's no hope, and there's
the
no...
investment of time of the viewer. Like, oh, yeah, I want to see the... I want to see what happens to my heroes.
HolePunch. I like this guy.
Schnoz-man. They get fucked up. That's the end.
That's the end. I mean, there's something to be said about that. Like,
that's why I thought you were gonna do it.
if it was like 2 episodes, then okay, sure, that'd be something you could do. But you can't do it like, you can't have a message like, what's the message? What do you take from that?
The message is
Don't try. Don't do.
You're gonna fail, and don't have hope.
Don't even
because
bother.
the bigger guys are always gonna win.
You're always gonna lose. You will die. You'll be shot. I mean,
I'm okay with that message.
you'd have to be a lunatic to do that. After all this, though, I mean, after 2 episodes, 3, okay, I could do that. I'm that guy. But after all this, no, you can't do it.
You can't just end it.
But I definitely want people to think that. So,
well, it worked, especially to me, and when I saw it, I really did want to ask you, is there more?
you said that to me. I'm like, what I said there was more already. And you're like,
but
you
I
thought I
thought
lied.
you were like,
I'm alive.
like I said, I thought you were pulling a crazy stunt. Like, yeah, there's like 10 episodes, and then you stop at like 8.
It would be really amazing if that was actually the end, and then I just disappeared altogether from all of YouTube and everything, and never heard from again. And
then the final episode comes out like 10 years later.
Like 20 years later, I reemerge, and people are like, ooh.
It'll just be posted on your channel.
People are like, you weren't that big in the first place. We don't care. Yeah. And here's that symbol that you've seen in episode 6 and 7. It was in the beginning of 6. It was in 7 a couple times. It's hidden throughout all the episodes. No one really knows what it was all about. What does this mean? What's going on here? But now you hear a woman's voice. And HolePunch has alluded to this character in the very early episodes of Schnoz-man and HolePunch, and then he kind of forgot about it because a lot of things have been happening to him. Right?
I've paused it. Here to see. I think in a couple of episodes before to see what the hell that is.
Yeah, Hazard made this.
And I don't know. Again, I don't know if it has any type of connection, but to me, it looks like a phoenix.
It's some sort of a birdish type thing.
Like a phoenix, and then what do phoenixes? How are phoenixes formed? They die and then they rise again, don't they?
Something like that.
They rise again. So I mean, for you to put this after like HolePunch has been shot and Schnoz-man is like down.
Whatever happened to Schnoz-man? Is he asleep? Is he overdosed? But here he is. He's awake. Okay, I think he's back. All right, no problem. Very nice. Very good. And now he's
here comes the M. Night Shyamalan.
Where it all falls apart. You're like, what the hell? That twist is so bad.
What a twist.
Well, here's the thing. You don't know. Is he in a dream? Is it a dream is he having? Is he dead and he's a spirit and he's looking at his body?
That's what I was going to think, so. You're pulling like that Twilight...
what's going on here? Is he in some sort of is he seeing things? Is it not even real?
He's in OJ's dream
hallucinating?
World. Thanks, Iron
Wolf.
Wolf.
the Russo swerve. So some Phillies fans.
The Russo swerve. I hope not. I hope it's more of a Heyman booking. Well, we'll see. And I
didn't see it coming.
I was afraid of that. I was afraid of that, but
no, but I mean, it's done. Obviously, you have a plan for it. You're not just doing it just to do it.
It's definitely something that's been planned a long time. It's probably not what you think it is. No matter what you think it is, I can guarantee it's probably not that. And
cool.
All I have to say is trust us. Trust me.
Trust.
I will lead you to greener pastures, my friends. If you just trust. Something good's coming.
And I'll lead you around the cow patties in the pastures, because pastures usually have cow patties.
Yeah, OJ's the farmer in the greener pastures, and let John take you.
And that is it. That's the episode, my friends. Put it to bed. It's time to throw some dirt on that. Yeah, go to bed. Yeah. Throw some dirt on that one and move on to the next.
Done, and I'm on the next one. Done, and I'm on the next.
I hope you enjoyed that. It was fun. Did you guys like doing it? Going through the thing?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's very, a lot of questions answered.
I hope so. It's definitely a great time, man. It's a great time doing it, and really glad that you guys watch it and take something from it. And,
yeah.
It's fun to work on it. A lot of times you tell me, hey, man, I'm sorry to have to put this on you. Like, dude, it's not really a burden. You know, of course, I'm very busy nowadays, but, you know, to help you out, to do this, I know if all of a sudden I said, I don't want to do this no more, I would hate to see, you know, you having to compromise the I guess the quality of your show for me not wanting to do it.
You definitely made it a lot better than we ever thought.
Yeah,
it's funny because we never even imagined that that would happen. But then I learned how to do the masking, the picture-in-picture type stuff, and my brain started going. And then I talked to you about it, and you're like, yeah, I'll do all that and that. And
yeah, because I love photoshopping. I love doing it, and the reason I haven't done it is because I didn't have anything to do. But when you told me about this,
I can't do that. I can't do art. I don't know how to manipulate the stuff like that.
I know how to edit it. That's what I know how to do to manipulate it. I can't really create it from scratch, but it really does look cool when I spent like hours trying to do one shot, even though it only shows for 3 seconds. That 3 seconds, you know, it really does add a lot to the show, and as far as like the immersion and making it reality.
Absolutely, man. And I just like
I love seeing what you do with it too.
The reason I feel bad, like you were saying, like when I'm like, you know, do you mind doing this trick? Because I want to like. Because you guys did so much. You guys worked so hard on it. And I want to, like, repay everybody somehow. But certainly in the books. Right? If I want everyone to be real successful and everyone sharing it and we all enjoy.
But you're the one that puts it together. You know, you always talk about editing. You're the one who makes it look as nice as it does.
At the end of the day, I hope everyone's happy with the product that we together made. And that's we got to hang our hat on that, you know.
Oh yeah, like I said, if I lived close enough to you guys, I would want to be. I don't know if I would want to be in the episode in the shows, but
I'd force you to do it.
Yeah, you'd say just do this real quick.
John, anything to say about all this nonsense?
I just want to give another thanks to Sturm and everybody else who helped out on this, because you guys really filled in everything we needed.
Mr. Museus, I don't know how to do like techno music and any of that stuff. I have no idea how to approach it. He put it together. He made an awesome freaking. How great is Epic Mail songs, man? Those things are great.
Dude, hold on. What is this picture on the stream?
What are you talking about?
That looks amazing.
Oh, dude,
yeah, that's really good.
Our friend Trevor made that.
Dude, you know what that looks like? That looks like if you were in those old Christmas movies.
Yeah, with the Bumbles. Ranger, yeah.
You look like if you were just right there with Rudolph.
Oh, really?
That looks amazing.
There's Bungle right there. We got like Bungle shot.
Awesome
Bumble.
claymation. Yeah, you're right. You'd be right next to him.
I need to know seriously. Like, is that a 3D model he made? Because that's awesome.
I don't know. We're gonna have to have him on here talking about it,
or at least very good shading.
We're gonna have to have him on here talking about this.
Whoever did that artwork, please do more.
That was Trevor. He's our buddy.
That is amazing. I love that type of artwork.
All right, John. We're gonna wrap this up, man. Going overtime here. Why don't you take us out?
All right.
Only the way that OJ can.
Well, for John Rambo for Sturmgeist, I am OJ. I want to say thank you all very much for tuning in to the show, the best in free and optional entertainment. And thank you all for signing in to hear our commentary on Schnoz-man and HolePunch. Thank you for your comments on Schnoz-man and HolePunch. And thanks to everyone who helped out and made this project and this podcast possible. Thanks, everybody. Again, for everyone, I'm OJ. Have a wonderful night, morning, evening, whatever time it is.
Are you OJ?
I don't know.
All right, my friends. Thank you.
Later.
Good night.
Peace.